Okay. We're live, by the way, but I had the video now. For those over here, you a little preview. And we'll let it build up a little bit. It went a little funky on my end. NWO in the building for life. And now,
BJ Nix, are you here?
present.
Present. Spoonie, Timothy Spoonie.
Present, sir.
Margaret and Mary. Do we have a Margaret and Mary?
Yes.
Cool.
And the margaritas.
Right. Here, we're ready. Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
This is the time to line up behind your team, to support your team, have faith in that team.
You know, it's peaks and valleys. You know, it can't always be good. And as I always tell people, you're never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as you think you are. But when we do know about
house call, Trayvon Diggs, pick six. It's coming. They see it. Knocked away. Oh, Gregory. Hurts in trouble. 3 Cowboys wrap him up, make it 4. Micah Parsons is unblockable.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We're in the building.
You know, you're in the building. I'm out here at Oxnard still.
Oh, yeah,
Beautiful,
true.
sunny weather. 7:37 local time.
Yeah, what was it? It was like 80 degrees out there, maybe at best 75.
77 degrees.
Give a little shout to the New World Order for life. You know what it is.
Yeah. Is Tex going to stop by the way? He joins all the Twitter spaces, so maybe we'll get Stephen White to kind of campaign and tell us why Matt Let's Go is the Cowboys' future at tight end. Maybe our guy Ultra Cowboy will swing by. I see Jeremiah, a.k.a. Trey, Giants fan, keyboard aficionado. So
the key man. I got Stephen Watson in the building as well. What's going on? What's good? Our guy Cowboy Brown says it's time. You're not wrong. It is time. Y'all know what the business is. Every Friday on Twitter we run the Cowboy. Breaking news.
It was nothing. It was a rain delay update.
But every Friday, y'all know what the business is. We actually run the Cowboys Happy Hour space, 7:30 p.m. Central, all the way up till right here, right now, which is the Freestyle Friday. Each and every Friday, we're now into episode 4 this year of the Freestyle Friday YouTube show. Of course, if you're on YouTube, and we welcome everybody. I mean, we got Twitter, we got Facebook in the building, the whole nine. But if you happen to be on YouTube, we got the link. It's pivoted up there because what tonight's show's about is us interacting with y'all. Y'all tell us what y'all want to talk about, and we kind of go back and forth throughout that realm, if you will, and have a great time. And, you know, again, as we pivot from, of course, happy hour. It is happy hour. As my guys got I'm sure, is it a pale ale tonight, sir? I mean, I don't know. What are we?
Pale ale tonight. Yeah, pale ale.
Pale ale. There it is.
Wednesday, I went with the more like summer festive, going with the OG pale ales tonight. So back at it. Also, shout out to our guy Dash, another Giants fan. Appreciate you stopping by.
That part. Appreciate everybody. with that being said, if you're from East, right here, right there, if you come to the 903 East Texas, you're in Texas, and you're looking for a spot to get some chicken, man, Golden Chick, man, that's where it's at. I don't care if you want some roast, you want some strips, you want some fried. Man, shout out to Golden Chick in the building. I'm trying to tell you
Future
right now.
sponsor of Freestyle Friday.
I'm working
Golden
on
Chick.
it. Yeah, I'm on that. I'm on that.
I saw
I'm
the
on that.
Lunatics here, by the way. I haven't seen him in a while, so appreciate him.
Yeah,
swinging by.
man. Shout out to the Lunatic. Shout out to the Lunatic. So Cowboys about to re-sign Dalton Schultz. There's some things bubbling. There are some things bubbling, Ultra. There's some things bubbling about that. They're up again. Look, what do they say? Deadlines gets deals done. What's the deadline? What, July 15th, right?
July 15th. Yep.
15th. So we're getting close to that. My guy Sam says Golden Chick is the name of the club where I'm at. Hey, it's a club here. It's a club for chicken, Sam. It's a club for chicken, if you will.
You know what's kind of funny about Sam? So Sam is the one that wants Mariella's blonde-haired friends to swing by. So I'm not shocked that he's at Golden Chick right now. Sam, I see you. I know what you're doing, bro.
My guy Nathan, shout out to my guy Nathan out here representing the 903, says, love some Golden Chick. I need some gizzard. Bruh, it's on deck. It's on deck. I'm trying to tell you. Man, we got somebody in the building already, though. We got somebody in the building.
Who do we have?
Let's go and bring them up. That's what look, this is what Freestyle Fridays are about. If you click it, you come in, man, we're going to rock with you. So we do have somebody in the building. This boy, Mike.
What's up, Mike? Cowboys Nation?
How we doing, Mike?
Good. I figured I'd join in this week. I got to chill last week and kick back and stuff. So let me join in on the fun.
Yeah, sounds good.
Brother,
how's your week?
Been good. Can't complain.
That part.
Anytime I'm not pushing up daisies is a good day.
Good point.
Fire emojis for if you ain't pushing up daisies, it's a good day. Hopefully your Friday was fantastic. As my guy Stephen White says, cheers, Mike. Boom. It is what it is. The community's in the building. And look, like he said, man, you hit the link. He's here. Boom. And we're going to talk about it. We had some interesting comments and some interesting takes over on the space before we got here. The one thing that I want to bring up as we unfold this a little bit, so before I get over to the phone, I got to get some shares. I got some people inboxing me currently. Is this? Hold on, Ultra. Is this when he had the Golden Chick shirt? Don't do that to my guy Spoon. Hold on, Ultra. Don't do it to our guy Spoon. Hold on, man. hey, and back to what our guy Mike said. Steve says, hey, my dad used to say that too. Respect it. For me, the one thing that I wanted to bring up a little bit, and I'm going to take it from the space and what I was talking about over here, and I'll give y'all some opportunity here. I think the one thing that has not been talked about enough, personally, me, is I think we're going to see the best Dak this year. And we're so caught up at times in the who we lost, who we haven't added, right? We have, and we might get into some of this now with the Von Miller. I would have came for less, but not that less because they offered him, the Randy Gregory contract. But one thing is also the sauce. We're talking about all these players going from rookie to year 2, or the guys in year 2 going to year 3, and how they're going to walk through and be better. We're talking about Dak and where he's about to do and what he can do this year. And we go back to last year where he wasn't healthy. I think we all agree, like the ankle wasn't all the way back right out the gate. He was throwing earlier this year than last year. We get to the shoulder / baseball, what's going on this side, and some issues. He had to miss a game. We talk about, of course, shout out to Ted Prescott, who came through one of the spaces as well. Had some conversations about, and him co-signing on Twitter about Dak being in the best shape of his life, and he's co-signing it. To me, the one thing that's lost in the sauce when it comes to Dak is this. I think we're about to get the best Dak we've ever seen. I don't know. I'll pivot it around, and I'll get to Mike as well. Best Dak we're about to see this year? Buy, sell, or what do you think in general? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm buying it. I mean, if you look at how he started out the season, he was basically unblitzable. If you blitzed him, he'd eat you alive. Then he had injuries. Teams kind of switched after the Denver game. We saw, a definite scheme switch in the way that teams game planned against us from a defensive standpoint. in, not blitzing because Dak was just eating them alive when they did. So we saw teams drop more back into coverage, and Kellen and Dak, with his injury, weren't really able to take advantage of that. And I think part of that is you had an injured Zeke. You had Tony Pollard also dealing with plantar fasciitis. You had an offensive line that was kind of in flux throughout the season, and Dak, who was injured, playing through it. So there's a lot of different reasons that we were not able to capitalize against defenses not blitzing. And I think this year, having Zeke healthy again, hopefully having an improved offensive line, having more consistency with Dak in terms of health and being ready at a full go, it's a big difference. I mean, Dak showing up at training camp last year, not really sure where he was at. That was some of the speculation we had. There were Cowboys content creators, there were Cowboys media members saying, we're not seeing Dak move around on his ankle a lot. Is he really healthy? I think we found out pretty early into the season that he was a full go and ready to go, but there was some trepidation. What does his ankle look like? Is he going to be worried about running on it? None of that talks in the atmosphere at all right now. Like, he's in great shape. He's healthy. He's feeling good. Having a healthy Dak is a game changer in and of itself, but having a healthy Dak with the other factors into it, there's no reason that you should not buy it unless you're just fully out on Kellen Moore. That's really the only reason I could see a Cowboys fan not buying that we're going to see the best of Dak, because he's gotten better year after year. He's healthier now than he's been. He's in great shape. Zeke's going to be healthy. Tony Pollard's going to be healthy. The offensive line should be better. We'll have to wait and see how that looks. But, yeah, I'm buying. What do you think, Mike?
I'm definitely buying this year. I think this is the year that we see Dak as the rookie, so to speak. He had a huge breakout year that year. And, as long as Kellen Moore can sit there and, keep everything clean as far as his play calling and stuff, I think we should definitely see, high stats out of him. One thing I want to see them do a lot more this year is that hurry up offense. They always seem to come banging out, moving that ball, especially on the opening drives. They move that ball real quickly with that hurry up offense and stuff. So if we can capitalize on that, and like you said, Professor, we got, Zeke going to be a lot better this year and Pollard a lot better. The offensive line, last year they had to sit there and sub out quite a bit throughout the year. So hopefully we can stabilize that O-line and just move that ball. So I'm buying for sure.
Mike, I have a question for you. So before we get to Nick's, so in addition to him being healthy and the other factors we've talked about, is there anything from like a skill standpoint or Dak elevating his game that you'd like to see this year that we haven't seen, or maybe just a bigger jump than what we've seen in the past? Is there anything like in particular that, not necessarily that you're waiting for to see from Dak, but that once that happens, he solidifies himself in that upper echelon quarterback wise?
I think he needs to sit there and take the deep ball more often, because that's one thing he's been a little bit more hesitant to in some situations. It's always the check downs or he's scrambling himself personally. But I think if we get some more deep ball activity out of him, air that baby out and just let those guys that are doing their job, let them go for it.
Okay. I like
10-4. My guy TC asking IPA for Matt. I'm on that Tito's. I'm running back to Tito's. TC, that's what I'm gonna be on tonight. Mike, what do you got in the cup? You got to let everybody know. Water, Pepsi, Bud Light in the building. Let's go, Brewski's.
Not only does he have a Bud Light, I don't know if you noticed this, Nick, but he actually had the Bud Light brought to him right after he joined. It was like,
yes, that was
right
the
afterwards. So shout out to whoever brought that to you.
No doubt. Let me get into some of this real quick. Everybody's coming in because tonight is all about us interacting with the community and whatnot, because I do want to go back to the Dak situation, and I have a different point on that. My guy Miller says, man, what's up? Go Cowboys. Let's go. Kyle, throwing more people open. Talking about Dak. Okay. TC says 84 proof Jay Novacek. Cheers. He says, I'm getting that 2016 feeling with Dak and Zeke. Okay, Haley. All right. Let me pivot. Oh, we need to run for 1,900 yards this season. We might get to that. For everybody that is here, shout out to our YouTube people, shout out to our Facebook people as well. We are over on this side. Man, make sure if you over there, hit the link, come over, hit the sub. And we have the link on YouTube. You can just come up and join like our guy Mike did. No ifs or buts about it. Back to, though, the Dak situation. And the one thing for me that I'm looking at, moving away from the ankle injury and moving into how he is better shape, maybe slimmed down some or whatever. It's the legs as well as everything else that he can do, right? I think it's, and look, we're not talking about, for me, I'm not talking about the Lamar action, what he does or anything. I'm talking more in the Russell Wilson, the Aaron Rodgers. Oh, it's 3rd and 3 to 5. Y'all want to man up, and all of a sudden, I'm gonna go get whatever yardage +1 and out of bounds. And those are killers when it comes to opposing defenses. And those are the things that I'm going to look at when I'm talking about Dak and being mobile, running the ball forward. Now, we understand that we've seen this throughout his career, especially once you're inside the 20, specifically inside the 10. A little read option action, 2-point conversions, goes, gets it, does things. But for me, it's not inside those zones. It's more about looking at him being on the fly and going and getting those important yards that are backbreakers. And look, we've been there before as Cowboys fans, right? And quarterbacks that just do enough to run the ball, not in a designed run, but in a play action or drop back or a man, whatever the case may be, and just do enough to go get that run. And it's like, we gave up the first on 3rd to a run. It's those things. And that's what I'm looking for when it comes to Dak. And I think that's going to happen this year, where we see, right? Because we know his stats last year, the records he broke last year in 16, not 17 games. He missed one. It's that style of things that's going to come forward and add up. To me, that's exciting. On top of him having his guy wide receiver, but the mobility side of Dak being a full season in some way from the ankle injury. Are you buying the mobility from Dak and being more of a willing runner, or you think no?
I'll go first, I guess. Yeah, I'm buying it. I think that's something that he wants to bring back. Not only does he want to bring it back, but we've heard Mike McCarthy say it too. Like that, there's definitely some talk in the organization about letting him have a little bit more of a leash, more of a green light to take off and run. And we've seen that with Dak a lot in the red zone. He's a big red zone weapon. I don't necessarily want to see it more in the red zone. I want to see it more outside of the red zone, like you mentioned. So some of those 3rd downs when you convert, all it takes is 1 or 2 of those happening throughout the course of a game for that linebacker to get caught guessing. Do I stay with my guy? Do I come up and get Dak? And when you do that, you toss it over his head. And if he drops out of coverage, you run. You put him in no man's land. You do the same thing to safeties. They have to freeze and hesitate just for that split second. Or an edge rusher who can't immediately try to collapse the pocket or make you collapse the pocket, because they know if they do that, they lose outside contain and Dak will run around him. So what it does is it puts a lot of different players on the defense kind of in a lose-lose situation if they guess wrong. Puts a lot more pressure on them than just a traditional drop-back passer. I don't need him to run for 700 or 800 yards. Just be an efficient runner, pick up 5 or 6 yards here and there when he can, and occasionally he will bust a 10 or 15-yarder. And again, just a few of those a game is all it really takes, and then just continue to use them in those RPO situations, zone read situations in the red zone, and I think we're in good shape there. I mean, he's been an effective play-action passer throughout the course of his career, and just taking what the defense gives you in terms of running, like we already do in the passing game. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I'm with you there, Professor. The one thing I want to see him do less of when it comes down to his running and stuff is being that gimmick guy, as far as, doing these flips and, somersaults, whatever the case may be, just to extend the play. Because, again, he's our number 1 guy, and I still don't believe we have a true number 2 yet. So I don't want to see him take any of those risks that we don't need to. But that play action pass, activity is definitely going to be the killer for the defenses. He got too many other weapons on that offensive line. He can sit there and scramble and dump the ball out if he has to and stuff. So I'm with you on that.
It's exciting, though. I get it. Like, I'm picturing the Seattle playoff game. I think that's probably where you're going with it, too, where Dak flips, feet over his head. But, man, it's exciting when you see that from a team standpoint. But it's also terrifying because you're like, there's so many things that could have went wrong there. We need you. We can't afford for you to be out and have Cooper Rush and extended action. So I get it. TC915, right before you jump on, Nick said, I want that Dak when it counts. I've seen Dak tear it up in the regular season. I'm not worried about him in September through December. I want to see him take the next step in January. Fair point.
Okay, well, a couple things on that side is the January talk. The January talk, right? I'm gonna throw that up there, right? Is you're really getting to the playoff stuff, right? I mean, let's kind of be clear. I'm gonna read between the lines here a little bit with my guy TC. A good quarterback gets you to the playoffs, and then it's organizations that get forward in the playoffs. In my opinion, overall, that's how I feel about it, and those are the things that happen. So, yeah, I mean, I understand it, but when it counts, I'll spend it. Yo, what snap in the regular season doesn't count? I'm just saying.
Regular season,
Regular
season, like you
season,
said,
yeah,
they all count.
So, I mean, if we want to cherry pick here and there in different things or whatever, I get it. And we ultimately want to see the Cowboys as an organization get in there. You know what I mean? As TC says, yes, I'm talking about the playoffs. Do you think he showed up versus San Francisco? Sure. Look. Did he give up over 200 yards rushing? I don't. I mean, somebody stop me. Did he do that? Did he send 2 offensive linemen out in pass routes early in the game? I mean, I can kind of continuously go. How about the penalties? How many penalties were on that? I mean, how many penalties do we have in that game, Professor O?
14.
How many of those were Dax?
200 yards.
Yeah, how many of those were Dax?
0.
Organizationally, the team. If we flip the script over to, say, the Rams, who won everything, there were times, if you watch the games and whatnot, that quarterback, through untimely interceptions, had some issues, but the team picked him up and moved forward, if you will. So again, a good quarterback in this league will get you to the playoffs, but organizationally, you have to be better. There's a reason why. Because if you think, look, raise your hand if you think Tony Romo is trash. Anybody think Tony Romo was trash? Got you to the playoffs a few times, right? Didn't get over the hump in the playoffs. We're in a completely different stratosphere now when it comes to Dak, right? And we kind of get to the playoffs here and there, right? But then it doesn't happen. It's organizations top down that really do and make those moves in the playoffs to me. It takes that kind of movement, in my opinion, in the playoffs into the Super Bowl realm to do those things. A quarterback will get you there, but the San Francisco game in general, and I was in the building though. I was there. Dropped the bread. I was there, TC. Dak wasn't the issue in that game. And as I always tell everybody, go back and look at Kurt Warner's YouTube channel. He has a great video about and breakdown. It's about a 45 to 50 minute video of strictly breaking down what happened in that realm. And it happens. Ultra Cowboys fans cherry pick all the time. Mike, Cowboys fans don't cherry pick. Come on, man.
I gotta leave that one alone.
Hey, they were cherry picking about Jalen Smith last year if you were on the cut or wanted him here. Like, we cherry pick a ton. Come on, Cowboy. We cherry pick a ton. With that being said, though, my guy Cole's Cowboys.
What up? How y'all doing?
What's up, Cole?
The building.
How you doing, Cole?
How is your Friday going?
Man, hey, I'm glad it's here. I'm glad it's here, man. It's been one heck of a week. Glad to finally have some time to talk football with y'all, man. How y'all doing tonight?
Cole, last Friday, I think, if I remember correctly, you were taking the wife out for her birthday, right?
Yeah. I was on lockdown last weekend, the whole weekend.
No, we forget that's a good excuse.
It was awesome. It was awesome, man. Yeah, we kicked it. You know, we went to Chateau Elan. You know, got a little wine sipping on. You know,
Okay.
See, guys, we pay attention to the stuff you say. It matters. We appreciate you joining us.
For sure, man. I look forward to always joining y'all to these things. I love it, man.
Hey, man, shout out to Dash. As a Giants fan, I wish I had those problems. Hey, look, though. Far be it for me to pass out any flowers to our NFC East rivals. But the one thing I will say, though, Dash, I wished Gettleman would have lived in y'all's front office forever because one, I don't like the coaching staff y'all putting together, and two, I don't appreciate the draft that y'all just had. It's going to take some time, but boy, in my NFL mind state, I think y'all are turning a corner and going in the right direction. So Dash, I don't like it. Okay, I'm just being honest with you, but congratulations.
I was on a Twitter space earlier today with Dash and Trey, both Giants fans, really cool people. Check them out. It was crazy. So one of the guys in there was trying to advocate that Kirk Cousins and Dak were on the same tier. So they asked me my opinion. So of course I gave them what I thought. I didn't have to say anything. Like I just sat back. Dash and Trey just took it. They were advocating, saying this is crazy. Dak is significantly better. I'm like, I'm just chilling and listen to them like make the argument for me. So it's nice. One reason I'm bringing it up is it's a good example that we as NFC East fans, it's okay to admit or acknowledge when somebody else, I don't know what that says.
Not gonna do it. You're good.
Subscribe. Cool. So yeah, it's okay to admit or acknowledge when somebody else is a good player, and give flowers where it makes sense, and also we're rivals, so hate where it makes sense too. But shout out to them.
Yeah, that part. With that being said, our guy, man, I don't know, Sensei. I'm gonna go with Sensei. Just hit the sub. He's in the building. His comments up here. He just hit the sub on YouTube. Everybody in the chat, y'all know what we do every time we get a new sub, and we're like, hey man, you gotta light up the chat, man. You gotta light it up. Fire emojis across the board, man. Shout out to our guy Sensei in the building. Says Roma had awful teams, but on the backside, more importantly, he just hit the sub. Shout out to you because I know I got you on Xbox as well. Thank you for finally coming over. Boom. Make sure y'all hit the chats. Man, light that thing up. Light it up. Michael Ultra says, hey, cherry picking sarcasm. My fault, sir. My fault. But there it is. Boom. We got a fire chat right there for our guy Sensei. Boom. Professor O with the thank you. Let's go. Romo fumble the kick. Man, get out of here with that.
2007, 2014, man.
Yeah, look. Romo did have awful teams though, Mayo. He had a couple of good ones. Don't get twisted. There was some, but he had some bad teams that he had to drag as they were building the offensive line. He just used his body up, and then it just didn't turn over. Yeah. Y'all already know what it is, man. New sub, man. Y'all make sure y'all light it up with the fire. For me, and shout out to the John says it's all love until week 3 and things. I expect nothing. I mean, Professor O, Mike, Coles, nothing less. It's okay. It's what we at July 8th. July 8th. We're good. Hey.
Giant fans have been very respectful this offseason, man. We just got to do that to the Eagles and the Commanders too.
Man, hey, look. Hey, and as I said,
doesn't Dak already own all of them though?
Oh, Mike said, Dagger from Mike.
Mike said enough of all this peaceful talk. Let's get down to the bottom of it. Mike chose violence.
So, that part. Here's the thing, though. I mean, at the big frame, keep dropping them fire emojis for our guy. Just hit the sub. Yeah, man. I mean, look. Yeah, pop the collar. Pop the collar. Hit it. Yeah, appreciate you, sir. Yeah. I mean, this is a collar. It's close enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's technically.
Technically, I mean, it's around there. It's somewhere around there. But no, I mean. It's funny. Again, I give way, and we've had some Eagles fans coming to the spaces, and a couple of days ago I had Eagle and Washington Commanders in the space, and they were anything they said. I was like, wow! After about 30 minutes, I was like, wow, guys, I've never seen Washington and Philly co-sign each other so much. Funny how that works. So I'm like, yeah, man. But they got a shared guy in Carson Wentz. So, the love kind of spreads a little bit differently, if you will. But again, back to in Cole's Cowboy, before I pivot off of this, I'm going to come back to you. Dak, I think it's set up for the best season or the best version that we've seen from him for a couple of different reasons. A year removed away from the ankle injury. That's one. I think number 2 is important. I think 2, he actually for the first time has his guy at wide receiver. He hasn't had his guy yet. Dez, look, in respect to Dez, that was Romo's guy. It wasn't his guy. right? Amari Cooper's kind of forced into the situation. That wasn't his guy. He has his guy now. I think that matters. And then, of course, number 3 when it comes to this thing, because as we talk about, and look, we had our guy earlier. I need him in January, right? That's what we heard, Professor O. Need him in January. I was like, you're talking about playoffs? He's like, yeah, playoffs. Real quick, remind me, when was the first year that Peyton Manning won a playoff game?
It was like what, his sixth season?
6th, 7th, 8th? Where was he at? I mean, it took him a while just to win a playoff game. Forget getting to a Super Bowl, just winning a playoff game.
Yeah, but we can say this all the time. We could say that, but they want to keep the narrative of keeping Dak down, man. Moving the goalpost for him. That's just how it is. But as far as Dak, man, I agree with you, man. This season is going to be fire for him. Let me tell you why. He was on fire in 2020. If the defense wasn't trash, Dak was heading to an MVP season. In my opinion, if that defense was not trash, Dak was on fire. He wasn't, he was actually bringing us back in games that we should have been blown out from.
Washed that part. Yeah, should have been
most
washed.
quarterbacks can come back from a hole like that. So, yeah, I see Dak, you know what I'm saying? Like last season, he was still rehabbing. I mean, when you come from an injury like that, it's going to be, struggle, a little struggle, a little strain, which happened. So now he had all season not to rehab, but to, build chemistry with CeeDee Lamb and Jalen Tolbert and Dalton Schultz and all, with his weapons. And you know what I'm saying? And even bulk up, get a little more in shape. So, and I'm pretty sure he's going to have a full preseason. At least I'm hoping he is.
Hold that thought. Champagne Poppy. No. You're good. No, Champagne Poppy, aka Drake. I mean, we got Drake. He just subbed to us.
Oh, yeah.
Champagne Poppy just hit the sub. Y'all know the drill. In the chat, man. Hit the fire emoji. Champagne Poppy in the building. You just hit the sub, man. Let's go. Let's turn up. Shout out to Champagne Poppy. Man, we appreciate you coming through with the sub, man. We appreciate you coming through with the sub. Now, Professor O, I know you wasn't in the space, but boy, you must have had an alternate account coming through and listening in the space, because I actually literally brought this thing up about Dalton Schultz. So we're definitely gonna get into it. That is so, we talk too much. That's what we don't have to talk, and we just know.
So right before we jumped on, I sent Nick a message saying link, and he sent me the link at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Like it happens a lot. Yeah, I was catching up on The Boys season finale. I won't spoil it for anybody out there, but it's really good. So I don't know if you guys have watched The Boys, but fire. Really good ending.
That part. Yeah, and real quick, as we are into the weekend, I did get the free ski. I gotta know. Tuesday, I gotta go watch the Thor: Love and Thunder. Man, go out there, man. It's about 7.5. Summer blockbuster. It's good, man. Shout out to the chat, showing love to our guy, Champagne Poppy in the building, lighting it up for us. But now let's pivot real quick. Let's pivot over to Schultz, because we got into and we've talked about this extensively in the spaces and in our show and everything. Cole, same thing. We've done this extensively when we talked about the wide receivers and who you want to add and whatnot. And my guy Mike, he came through. He was in the space, Mike, and you talked a little bit on the side of the space too as well. Is this, as we were talking about the wide receiver and the depth and adding, and of course the usual suspects, right? The usual suspects. Julio, for me, Emmanuel Sanders. What's my guy? Houston Texans, Dolphins. What's his name? What the hell's his name? Speedy guy. Oh, I forgot his damn name. Yeah, he's always hurt. Always hurt. Oh man, I forgot his damn name. Anyways, him. Yeah, Houston, Texas drafted. Was it Notre Dame? I think Texas drafted him. He was out there in Miami, and now he's a free agent. I forgot. Will Fuller. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Eddie. Will Fuller. Okay. Him as well. I did say Notre Dame, Eddie. You heard me say Notre Dame, but appreciate you. But yeah, Will Fuller. Those kind of continuous guys that we talk about and things happen there about this wide receiver depth chart and what we're looking at and whatnot. I brought up the question. I'm going to bring the question over here now for everybody on the panel and in the chat. If you wasn't in the space, if you're in the space, you could answer it as well. As we have been extensively, I would say, talking about the wide receiver haul and what we have going on and whatnot. Hey, man, how on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is Dalton Schultz this season, Professor O? 1 to 10.
I'm gonna go pretty high. I mean, because we have so much unknown and uncertainty at tight end. We have Sean McEwen that had like 25 career receiving yards or something like that. We have Ferguson, who's a rookie that we're excited about, but we haven't seen anything. We have Sprinkle. Tight ends are an important part of NFL football teams. So I'm gonna go probably we'll go 8.5.
8.5. Okay. Mike, I know you're kind of part of the conversation. Wait, no. Mike, actually, hold it. I remember your answer. Hold on.
All
I want you to, Mike, sip the Bud Light. Hold on. I want to come back to you. Coles Cowboy, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at with Dalton Schultz?
About a 7. About a 7.
Okay. Oh, you
Yeah,
said
just solid. Solid.
Okay.
Okay.
7 importance. Okay, 7. I think 7 is high in this offense. So 7 is high. 7 is high. Okay, real quick, Mike, before you go, let me get to the chat real quick. I got something inboxing me. I'm gonna get to that. My guy White says 8. TC 7. Lunatic. What's going on, brother? 7. Mayo. My guy texted Mayo with a 9 to 10. Sam with the 9. Lunatic, he does want 2 tight end sets, but we're not getting to that. Well, maybe we will. It's up to y'all. We'll see where we go. But that's where we are. Our new sub in the business, 8-9, if he improves as a blocker. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Sam,
He
correction.
improved over the offseason.
Shout out to Simon. Hi. Hello, Simon. All right. Okay. Mike,
I'm going to
drop
get
your number
roasted
on it.
this one.
It's
I'm gonna get
Mike,
roasted.
Mike, it is what it is. Mike,
That's all right.
it's okay.
I'm sticking to that 3 to 4 range. That's where I was at on this one. 3 to 4, and it's just because of the fact that we got. Yes, I know, Professor O.
Mike,
He must have blocked you on Twitter.
Mike and I were doing just fine. We were okay. Go ahead.
Well,
let me stop talking. I want to hear you out.
That's all right. I was going with this one just because of the simple fact that, again, we got too many weapons right now. And as we were talking about the play action pass earlier and stuff with Dak. We sit there and continue to use that. And, I was even talking about in the chat or the space as far as if we utilize Pollard like a Cole Beasley type scheme set up as well. I think we got too many, I saw somebody mention earlier, how many yards is he going to have? I don't think it's going to be that 1,000-yard season this year and stuff. So I'm sticking to my guns there at 3-4. So go ahead, roast away.
Hey,
Professor O. Look, I saw the face. Look, I was waiting. That's what. Look, now you know. I was like, hey, Mike, actually, hold on, because he was in the space earlier. I was like, let me save you to last. Professor, I'll watch your face contort by all means.
I mean, I'm not going to argue his opinion. If that's how he feels about him, that's fine. I understand what he's saying. We do have a lot of weapons, and we run an offense that's opportunistic. If you're open, you're going to get the ball. We don't feature or highlight a specific player to try to target them dozens of times a game. So technically, anybody, quote unquote, could be at tight end and take advantage of a handful of targets a game. I just happen to think Schultz is better than a lot of our fans do. Do I think he's an elite tight end? No, but I think he's somewhere in that 7 to 10-ish range if you look at what he did last year. And I know that Dak likes him, so I think he's more important than a lot of other people feel. But I hear what you're saying, Mike, and I'm not going to agree with you, but there's some merit to what you're saying.
Yeah,
but I think he's at 8.5.
It's a long season.
Coles.
He's solid. He's solid.
Coles, jump in there.
Yeah, like I said, I'm all in with Dalton Schultz. Now, me and West Coast Cowboy had a conversation. He thinks he's a top 5 tight end right now by his stats.
Let me stop you real quick. He also doesn't think that Lamb is that good. So
yeah, that's another one.
We're talking about the
that's
same
a
West
story
Coast.
for a different day. But hey, I'm all for Dalton Schultz. Now, do I want him to be the main guy? No, I mean, because that means we have to throw a lot of underneath passes, and that's cool. But at the same time, I want Lamb to show up, man. You know what I'm saying? I want a lot of different receivers out there.
Colt, that ain't what I asked. I just asked how important
he is important.
Dalton Schultz.
He's important.
That's it.
He's important.
Here's the thing. All right. Here's the thing. Here's the thing for me is, Mike, I appreciate your opinion. You are absolutely unequivocally with your Bud Lights to have the opportunity to be right, to be wrong, and that's okay. And that's okay. I'm joking, but no, I just again in the building where we're at currently.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after this season, it's a different conversation. But when we look at the depth chart of where we're at wide receiver, and then say you would have watched 2 years ago whenever Dak got hurt, and there's 4 different guys throwing to him or whatever. But then we get into how Dak threw to him this year, like especially right now. Oh, there's no way. Like, brother, it's a 10. Like, yeah, look, everybody in the chat, everybody said 10. Nobody on the panel said 10. It's a 10. I'm sorry, it's a 10. He is currently now on July 8th. Things could pivot. But right now, he's your number 2. Who's the number 2? And look, if y'all think I'm lying, okay, I'll tell. Look, I could be wrong. I'm more than happy to be wrong. Who's your number 2 after Lamb for y'all? If it's not Schultz, who's the number 2 for y'all right now after Lamb?
It is Schultz. It
is Schultz right now.
I can't answer the not because we talked about on Wednesday. I believe Schultz will have the second most receiving yards on our team. Dak, think about this. Let's take the name out of the equation. If I told you have a player on your team that Dak completes 78% of his passes to with 124 quarterback rating to, that's a guy without saying a name, you'd be like, throw him the ball a lot. Like we should feature him. Let's get him the ball more. Again, I know he's not like a fun name and he has cost us in terms of blocking at times, but he's a better player than what people give him credit for. He's not a dynamic yak guy by any means, but he's consistent with his hands. He'll go up and catch the ball. He'll put his body on the line. He's not going to get a ton of run after the catch, but again, he's a better player than what people think. And when you have that guy, again, 78% completion rating or completion percentage, 124 quarterback rating, the quarterback likes him, and you have no experience whatsoever except for Jeremy Sprinkle behind that. That's important. I mean, you can't go 4 and 5 wide all season. Like you have to have a tight end your quarterback trusts. So I don't know that I would go at 10, but I understand why you'd say 10. 8.5 to 10 range. That's where it needs to be at. 3 or 4. That'll get you blocked on Twitter. Not by me, but by him.
Hey, look. Shout out to Cassie Stewart says, just found the channel. I love talking to the Cowboys. Did you hit the sub? Hold on. Did Cassie hit the sub, ladies and gentlemen? Let's find out real quick. I don't know. I'm on my phone because I had some people inbox me trying to get some things. So I got a notification. Cassie, did you hit the sub? Come on, Cassie Stewart, did you hit the sub? Because if you do, we better do something. Better hit something for you. If you did, let us know.
Cassie, by the way, if you guys just joined, we have a link at the top of your YouTube chat. It's a StreamYard link. If you want to jump and join the panel, either ask a question and hop out or just stay and hang out with us the whole show, you're more than welcome to do that. Anybody is welcome, whether you have something you want to say and add to the conversation or you just want to join and become part of the conversation as we go. Either way, you're welcome.
Absolutely. That's what each and every Freestyle Friday is about. Y'all coming in, interacting, having a good time, and going back and forth. Real quick, hold on. Let me pick up the question. Oh, Mike, you just became Skip.
I pound on my desk?
Yeah, you gotta. Yes, you gotta pound the desk. Mike's gonna be like, he's a 3. Schultz is a 3. I love it.
Cowboy. I'm doubling down for you, Cowboy.
Hold on. You gotta hit that bad boy real quick. You gotta hit that bad boy real quick. Yeah. Or for my old heads. Warriors.
So my plan is we're just going to keep getting whoever brought him the first beer to just keep feeding him beers. And at the end of the show, we're going to ask him again. He's like, you know what? He's like a 9. I think
absolutely.
That sliding scale.
On the backside, my guy Jordan says, y'all think Thurston's going to be a solid backup tight end? Ooh,
Nix, you have to go last on this one because I know you're.
I will go last. I will definitely go last. With that being said, Jordan, We appreciate you over there on Facebook. If you have the opportunity, and you can do it after we talk about your topic and your question,
He
if
already
you can
did.
slide over,
Look, he
if you
already
just,
did.
yeah,
He
yeah,
already did.
did
Look,
he? Did he?
yes. Shout out to Jordan. He
Let's
did it.
go. Let's go. Okay. All right. Look. Okay. Should I update the question or leave it on the Facebook question?
No,
Which one you
pull
want
the
to do?
YouTube question up.
Do what?
Pull the YouTube question up.
YouTube. All right. Let's go. Let's get with the YouTube. Boom. All right. So I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna go with Cole. Is Ferguson going to be a good backup / is going to be the second string tight end this season?
I gotta see, man. I mean,
Gotta see.
I think it's too early for me to tell right now.
Okay. Real quick. I'll let you go. I'll let you finish. Cassie Stewart just hit it. She just hit the sub, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know the business. If she hits the sub, y'all gotta light up the chat. Light up the chat. Light it up right now for Cassie. She just hit it. Shout out to Cassie Stewart hitting that. Man, light it up for it, man. Hit the fire emojis. Let's go. Continue, my guy Cole.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, I like to see a little bit more of him, throughout the training camp. But I believe from his college tape that he can be.
Okay. Mike, how you feeling about Jake Ferguson out of Wisconsin? Second string this year, or?
Yeah, I'm going to say he's definitely going to be solid. I mean, I'm a huge Big Ten guy, so I mean, I watched him enough, as far as in the college
Mike,
side.
Honestly, I felt you were a Big Ten guy. We didn't have that conversation, but you know what, Loki, I kind of felt you were a Big Ten guy. I like that. Right. Go ahead, sir.
That's all right. I'm an Ohio State guy, if that matters for anything at all. So
I have no dog in the fight. You got a Georgia guy in here. You got a Georgia guy in here, but outside of that, I don't know about Coles. Yeah. I'm just a fan of the game.
But I definitely see him as being a strong number 2 in that regards.
Okay. Professor O, Jake, from our guy.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Jordan.
Yeah, it's a good question. So I don't think he will start the season as number 2, but I think very early on, we'll say like week 3 or 4, he will become the number 2 tight end in our offense. I think he'll have – it's really hard to project yards for a rookie tight end, but I think he will have an impact. That's not saying like 600 plus yards. That's like 350 yards or something. But that's solid when you complement Dalton Schultz on the opposite side, plus other receivers. Also, Big Ten, speaking of that, Peyton Hendershot. Check out our show last Wednesday. We did our tight end breakdown. So if you want to hear all of our thoughts in depth, definitely play that back. Kind of talk about that.
If you sub,
yes, I do think he can be the tight end 2 in this offense. What time that happens, whether that's week 1 or mid-season, I do think it'll happen sooner rather than later.
Big facts.
He was one of the. I wasn't a huge fan of the draft, to be fair. He was one of the players that I actually liked that we drafted. I hope all of them pan out, and I hope we crushed it. But there were like a small handful of players, and I'm like, I like that pick. I'm on board there. I like that one.
Right.
I like him. So his tape's good. What he can do and how he fits in our offense makes sense. So I'm on board.
We like a guy. We have a type, if you will. But with that being said, as TC said, Hendershot's a job, guys, and you kind of alluded to it. If you just got here and subbed, or you missed our show last Wednesday with Spoonie, Mariella, obviously Professor O, and me, we've been doing a roster breakdown leading up to training camp. And last week, it was actually about tight ends, and we talked about that extensively. If you want to catch all the episodes, we have done offensive line, defensive line, cornerback, wide receiver. Right. So if you want to catch any of those topics, it's out there for you. But in particular, about tight end right now. From day one about Jake Ferguson. Let me set that real quick. It's a problem for Mr. Schultz. It's a problem. It's a problem. I am very big on Jake Ferguson. I was big in my pre-draft content and conversations we had about him. I liked the pick. I think the biggest thing about him is where my guy Mike, I think, is indifferent is he's not athletic, or I catch balls wide open, but I don't make things happen. Mike, if I'm speaking for you the wrong way, let me know. That's just kind of how I feel in some of the vibes from the space in here where you are. The thing about Jake Ferguson, though, he'll hop. Oh, somebody's in my hip pocket. That's fine. I'll high point the ball. He brings a different dynamic in the passing game or the receiving game than Schultz has in his bag currently. Now, he needs some time, though. I don't disagree with that. Again, I think unequivocally he's your number 2. I know you like unequivocally, so I had to drop it for you, Professor O. So unequivocally, yeah,
good vocabulary word. We dropped trepidation and unequivocally today. So
I'm working on it. I'll be reading my my I'll be in it, you know. But here's the thing: if he's not number 2 day 1, I'm shocked. Me personally, I'm shocked. I think he's number 2. I understand McKeon has some sponsors in the building. We understand his game. I know he's hurt a little bit last year. He didn't have time. Sprinkle, whatever. I do like the hitter shot. I like him as a long-term guy. I like him for the practice squad.
Yeah.
I'm looking, can Hendershot beat out Sprinkle? But again, you're starting to talk about an undrafted guy, a drafted guy, and that's 50% of your rotation. So I don't know if they want to go that far yet. But again, back to the Ferguson. No, I think he's number 2 in his opportunity. I think he definitely has the opportunity. This is the weird, or not weird, the interesting part about as we're getting up to July 15th, what do the Cowboys think in-house on the long term of the Schultz deal? They have to get a long-term deal done before the 15th, or it's on the deal, it's on the tag and you're done. If he doesn't get the long-term deal, it opens things up a lot. Now, going back, here's a little nugget from our last episode in what we talked about. And Professor O, you actually brought this up in the chat. Let me roll out and give the flowers here. They can tag him, and we talked about this on the space tonight. They can tag him a second time and not pay him $14 million next year if they want to. And that's Dalton Schultz, that is.
Right. Yeah, so the second time you franchise somebody back-to-back years, there's a 20% increase. His 20% increase will still be below market value. So if he has a good season and they don't see enough from what we have in the tight end room and they decide to run it back, they could just be inclined to say, let's just do it one more time. We'll franchise him, get the best years of his career, and let him pursue a big paycheck elsewhere. We'll still have him under market value and move forward from there. Obviously, there's caveat because that's assuming that we don't see McEwen or Ferguson or a draft pick next year, somebody else that pushes him out the door. But in the off chance that they don't get a deal locked down by July 15th and he has a good season, they may say, we don't want to commit long-term to him, but a 20% increase still being under that $14 million number, sure, why not?
Interesting times we're in. I don't know. I see Olivia. I didn't see her comment. Did I miss it?
She just said, good evening, stopping through or something like that.
Okay. Well, shout out to Olivia. Shout out to Olivia for coming by. I missed it. I don't know. I missed it somewhere. But hey, shout out to her for coming by. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Shout out to my Boys for Life, man.
Yeah. Boys for Life. And I'll throw it back. This says, my guy, Coast Cowboy. We got some people in the back end. I am going to have to pivot around real quick. First and foremost, I'm going, as everybody got added. Fun times here. Our guy.
Lunatic.
I wanted him to join.
Our guy. Lunatic. First and foremost, sir, how was your Friday going?
My Friday, at the end of the day, only so much pie to go around, but my Friday's doing well. Thank you.
That's fair.
That's fair, why we are tagging Schultz and then moving on from him next year. Thank you, Steve and Jones.
Say it for. Okay. Well, I mean, Lunatic, you want to hang around so I get some other people up, or you have something to say when you get off? I know you're indifferent, so I want to make sure I give you the red carpet the right way.
No, I got a couple of minutes. Like I said, I got some time. It's great. Good Friday. Let's talk Cowboys. It's 2 weeks before training camp starts, so love it. I'll wait here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, 10-4. Shout out to Alonzo, says, good evening, guys. Go Cowboys. I see you on Facebook. We appreciate you coming on Facebook. But if you come over to YouTube, Pick Six Sports, hit that sub. Let's light it up for you. We appreciate it, man. Also, Mendoza. I haven't seen Mendoza tonight. Our mod extraordinaire for me.
Because I called him out. I messed it up on Wednesday. I called him out, encouraging him to join, and he's not here.
Yeah.
It's my fault.
Yeah. Schultz money is going to slide into Zeke's money next year when Zeke is approaching. Hey, spoiler alert. Zeke's not getting cut next year, but we'll talk about that later. Let's go back in. My guy, Smack Nation, Montana. What's going on, Montana?
What's good? What's good, everybody? What's good?
Doing pretty good. I got another guy in the background that's coming up real quick. But Montana, first and foremost, how's your Friday? I know you're working. You're hiding somewhere, right? Is that what's going on?
I'm in my car right now. I'm hiding right
now. 10-4. How's your Friday going so far?
Man, it's going smooth. Work chilled out. I got all the time on my hands tonight to talk Cowboys.
Montana, I got a question for you. So in the chat, our guy Jordan Harris, he joined. He was on Facebook, jumped over on the YouTube side. He's asked some good questions so far. He said, I really want to know who y'all think will be our whole day one starting defensive line. So, Montana, we'll start with you since you just joined. Who's our starting defensive line week one?
So y'all want me to start with the defensive ends and then go with the defensive tackles?
Whatever order you want.
Can I interject? Can I interject, though? Just real quick, and we'll
go
through it.
Go ahead.
I just want to interject and say it's rotation. I mean, whoever lines up day one, cool. Or stamp one, it'll rotate outside of that. But we understand it happens. So sure, 4D linemen, Montana, wherever you want to start. Where's the question at? Can you not throw the question up anymore? Oh, or no?
No, I can only do when I'm logged in on yours. If I just click the link, it doesn't work.
All right, we got to figure that out. We'll work it on the back end. All right, but 4. Who's your 4? Who's your starting 4?
Okay, so my starting 4 would be Dorrance Armstrong. The defensive tackle, Neville Gallimore, Osa, DeMarcus Lawrence.
So Neville starting at 1 tech.
Okay.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay. Who's your 4?
The exact same 4.
Does
I don't disagree. That's it. Yeah.
Does anybody have a different 4? No? I do.
Wait. Opposite side, did we say Fowler or Armstrong?
He said Armstrong.
I said Armstrong.
Okay, yeah, that's mine.
See, that's
because I think that's the only spot I think that may open up.
Yeah,
possibility because it could be Fowler, could be Sam Williams. I think
that's
the only spot in the line that there may be some flux at.
Okay, all right. TC says DA, Osa, Neville, and D-Law. I got texting and I got somebody else on the back and we'll get to y'all. Just be patient. Oh, Cassie says Big Bo. Me and Cassie just became best friends. Now I'm not going to say. Hold on, wait, Cass. I'm not going to say he's going to start. I was a Big Bo guy last year. I need his pad level to get down to see what happens. But I'm still campaigning for Bohanna. I promise you. So outside of that, all right. So put it back up. DA, Osa, Neville, D-Law. Anybody different on that?
How about Gallimore?
Yeah, Neville. Yeah, Neville Gallimore.
He said Neville Gallimore.
Right.
Yeah.
So nobody thinks that Fowler's going to start? That kind of surprises me.
Wait. I'm different. I want to make sure everybody else got out of the way. I'm different.
Oh, because I was about to say.
I have a different one.
They might throw him at linebacker is what I feel. Like, that little DeMarcus.
Outside of that, get Osa removed. It'll be Neville and it'll be Ridgeway.
Ooh.
You think Ridgeway will start over Watkins?
Over Watkins?
Or Hill?
It'll be Dorrance Armstrong. Even though I kind of want to say Sam Williams, but I'm gonna go Dorrance Armstrong. I'm going D-Law. I'm going Neville Gallimore, and I'm going Ridgeway as your starters. That's your starters. I didn't say they'll play the highest. I didn't say they're going to play the most snaps. I didn't say it's the rotation, but I think on 1st and 10, you kick the ball off. They're going to roll them out there, and it will be Ridgeway and Gallimore at your D tackles, and that's how it's going to roll.
Wing bet?
Wing bet for week 1 or overall in the season?
Week 1.
Week 1.
Oh, see, that's funny.
You just said when they kick off. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, wait. It's July 8th. I'm just checking. Hold on. Because I do have a watch here. I'm checking July 8th. Cool. I like it. Funny how you go to wing bet. You know what, though? Your wing bet is who? Look, we both agree on DNs, right?
Yeah.
We might argue about Gallimore. DTs. And your 2 DTs are?
Osa and Neville.
They both gained weight.
Neville looks like a 1 tech now. He's huge.
It's true. It's true. No, you're not wrong. No, I agree. I understand that. It's just snap one though.
So who will be the?
Oh, yeah, look, because we have to understand and get the particulars here. It's just snap one. At the very first time that they line up on defense in week 1, who's the 4 guys? That's where we are. That's what we're talking about. It doesn't matter about how the breakdown and everything else goes. Just week 1. Play
now, will
one.
Tom Brady see that and audible to a pass?
He might, but that's either here nor there, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that's why I think they go Osa Neville, because then audibling to a pass is not in their benefit either.
I tell you what. Before the end of the night, I'll answer, and if I'm going to take the wing bet or not, I will answer that. Give me a little bit of time. You put some pressure here. I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
See, that's what you do. Like Nick's waits for that one comment a night, he jumps all on it. So I'm trying to make sure I keep him on his toes too.
I got you. Look, 10 toes down. If I take, it'll be 10 toes down, and I'm gonna be insufferable for weeks. No, I'm joking. But with that being said, we do have a couple more folks on the backside. I want to get in for sure. Hold on. I want to drop this though. Look, and this is because somebody had something to say about him being Mo Collins in a space, if you will. Gallimore have a breakout year. He looks great. He looked great last year. He won everything as well from the workout status and everything. He got hurt. So again, I'm not buying the particular guy that talks about he's being more Mo Collins and what they kind of thought about him. I'm excited about Gallimore this year for sure. And I got this ring light. Look. I'm trying to get it up on my screen. Let me just do boop. There we go. I got it. With that being said, all right. Y'all got to get ready.
Wait, that was Sid, right? I haven't seen Sid in a long time.
No, fair, but it's not Sid though. It's not Sid coming through.
No, that was Cowboys for Life though. That's Sid.
Yeah. Sid.
What's up, Sid?
Yeah, shout out to Sid. This guy here, he's going to bring the heat. We had to contain the heat a little bit here, okay? We had to contain the heat here a little bit. But with that being said, I'm about to bring my guy Daryl Shapon. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a while on the spaces, Daryl. It's been a while. Daryl,
I've been working a ton, big dog.
That's fair. That's fair. I haven't.
I've been working a ton, big dog. I'm sorry. You know.
No. You good? I'm just happy to see you first and foremost.
Hey, that's why I jumped in. I saw you were on. I was like, hey, and then I saw Matt was in the thing, and you was in the thing, and Montana was in the thing, and D. Tick. I said, I said, I got some time. I might as well get on up in here and tell you what I think about that conversation y'all were just having.
Hey, that boy Dale says, I looked at my watch. I got time today.
Yeah, I wasn't at work. So, I'm at home chilling. So normally I'm working all day. So I'm like, I got to get up in here.
All right, Daryl. Well,
y'all fans. So I got to get up in here.
No doubt. I got my guy text on the back end. I got to get up here. So by all means, Daryl, what you got for us tonight? Where you going to drop a Cowboys?
All right. Well, y'all were talking about starting 5. I think
starting 4.
Most of the season, starting 5. Okay, front.
Wait.
Front
Are you doing?
5.
Wait, Daryl.
Or 4, whatever you want to call it.
Your time, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, but my starting is D-Law. Okay, Osa Digizua and Ridgeway, and your boy from Atlanta, Fowler. Okay. Then your linebackers are Micah Parsons and Sam Williams. And in the middle, Jabril Cox. Okay. That's going to be your 3 in the middle, your linebackers, if they go 3 set. Okay. That's my opinion. Now you're starting 2 wide receivers on offense.
No, stick with defense. Just finish out the defense first. Who's our quarterbacks?
All right.
Hold on, Daryl.
Okay.
Daryl, I got to stop you for a second. Sam Williams is not going to play linebacker at all. If you think
you don't think so? Okay.
Did he play linebacker in college?
He played at the end.
Not early. He played. He might have played a little bit, but not enough to really make a difference.
Okay. All right. You got to do the linebackers. Give me the corners and the safety, sir.
But now corner, it's going to be Diggs. And then you're going to have Jordan Lewis. And then you're going to have Anthony Brown probably, because you don't really know about Kelvin Joseph really yet. I mean, you don't know whether the league's going to suspend him or whether he's. I mean, it's kind of up in the air right now with that as far as what I'm hearing. So, I mean, and then your safety is going to be Malik Hooker and then probably Donovan Wilson and then probably Jaron Kearse a little. I mean, I think Jaron Kearse is going to surprise us this year too because nobody's really talking about him either. So everybody's sleeping on him, but I ain't. Not at all.
Shaq, he's definitely starting. He's definitely starting this year.
Yeah, I mean, but I ain't heard very many people talk about him except for you and Guy and maybe Boss Cowboy and a couple other people. But other than that,
all right,
not really.
All right, okay, all right. Well, Daryl,
I mean, what you think?
No. I appreciate you as always. I
love you guys. Okay, you guys are family to me. So I want you to know that this defense, in my opinion, is going to be top 5 this year.
10-4.
Top
I got to pivot. Here's one thing though. I got some people in the background, Daryl.
Okay.
Appreciate you as always.
God bless.
Another question.
Have a great night. Love you guys.
Too, sir.
Go Cowboys Nation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Peace.
Be easy. My man said Sam Williams is going to play linebacker. Ultra Cowboy, don't do that. Yeah. I am, but neither here nor there. My guy Jordan, before he gets off time, let's make sure we do this. Before I get off, can y'all tell me the thoughts on Cox at linebacker this year? Buzz ? Exclamation point. Let me go. I'll tell you, I'm going to go counterclockwise. So I'm going to go with Montana first. Montana. Expectations for that guy, Cox.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't know. I mean, I got to see more from him before I can have expectations on him. But I mean, I would want him to come out and have a good season. But like, I really don't got enough tape on him other than the Giants game. I mean,
10-4. Okay. All right. Well. Let's pivot over to my guy Lunatic. Lunatic, what do you think, Cox?
From the little sample size we saw, he has the instincts. That's why he was named the steal of the draft last year. So I expect nothing but good vibes. And again, it goes back to I trust the defensive coaching staff a whole lot more than the offensive coaching staff in that they will see a player and not put him, hey, this is what I need you to do. No, listen, this is what you feel comfortable in. This is what you flourish in. That's where we're going to put you at. And it goes back to that. So, yeah, I expect Cox to make a solid contribution. He's still a second-year player coming off of injury. So we're always going to have that in the back. We're going to have the LVE, I guess, PTSD, thinking, oh, man, is he going to be injured? It might have been a freak injury, but that's going to be in the back of our head. Fans always remember that. So hopefully he'll make a solid contribution. That's all we need. Solid across the board.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Coast Cowboy.
Yeah. I'm siding with the Lunatic, man. Like, the side of his injury, man. Hey, the sky's the limit for him. I see he may have like a little struggle, a little bit, but I see him being solid.
10-4. Tex, I got you up next. And then, of course, Sid, I see you on the backside as well. Mike, Cox, what are your expectations for Cox this year?
I think he'll be solid. If we can get past that ACL injury, obviously he's not going to probably be ready for like week 1, but, give him a couple weeks under his belt, put him in that rotation and stuff. And, it'll keep all the guys fresh, throughout the rotation period, basically. So I think we'll get some solid production out of him.
10-4. Professor O, I know we've had some conversations. What do you think?
I mean, I would love to tell you that I have a definitive answer, but I just don't. I mean, he played like 9 snaps of defense, I think, last year. I don't know. Coming out of college, we know in LSU that he's a good athlete. He was a guy that kind of fell in our laps. A lot of people projected him as a 2nd-round pick. We got him in round 4. So the Lunatic's not wrong at all when he says that he was considered the steal of the draft, because I think a lot of us felt that way. He played mostly special teams, a very small sample size defensively. What we do know about him is in college, he was a very good coverage guy. So he should have good instincts and be able to move around the field. I just honestly don't know what he is right now. And, I'm optimistic, cautiously optimistic. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I think the best way to say for me, the best way to say it is this: it's not good enough. I'm sorry, it's just not good enough depth. I can't count on Cox to be the guy if LVE goes down. I damn sure can't count on him if Parsons goes down, and now it's him, Cox, and LVE. I just can't.
Mm.
I'm excited for him. Let me be clear. I'm excited for him. I am very excited for him. But what did we see last year? It was good enough to get Jalen Smith out the door, and he spent like 9 steps in uh, Green Bay, and then he went over to the Giants, and now he's a free agent, right? No disrespect to him. I wish his situation isn't what it was, if you will. However, like, I'm excited for Cox. Absolutely, I'm excited for Cox. On the back door of that, I can't trust him as an entity. And of course, we signed a linebacker today,
We did.
Alan Native,
Christian.
aka alumni, if you will. If you know about Dallas and how the layout is and whatever, he's from the area, Arizona State, little time in New England, and then of course in the USFL. And that's kind of the depth right now. So yeah, it's worried. There's a guy, but yeah, I look cool. You signed somebody, right? And they moved our guy from Oklahoma over to the injury reserve. So yeah, I'm excited for Cox. I wanted to walk through the door. 9 steps, right? 9, 10, somewhere around in there.
Yeah.
Is what he got.
It was like 8 or 9. It was under 10.
8 or 9. Yeah, under
and like
10.
120 or something on special teams.
Right.
And he had a pivotal goal line stop.
He
right.
did, yeah.
You know,
see, that was a nice play, but
sure.
again, that was one of a small handful. So
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, again, I want to see him walk through the door for sure. But the thing for me is just your top 3, right? Parsons, Cox, LVE. Who's the next guy behind them?
Luke Gilford. I mean,
yeah,
I'm just naming names.
Christian
yeah, no, I
Sam.
got you. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. But I mean, that lies the issue. We hope Cox is the guy. There's things, right? 2nd round pick. Look, going back to that drive, or excuse me, last year, or the draft, I should say, is right. Oh, we took Nashawn right in the 3rd round instead of Cox, and everybody lost their mind.
Right.
But we ended up with Cox anyways in the 4th round, so it feels better. So yeah, man, it's interesting. It's just interesting. A lot of conundrums here with the Cowboys. a lot of conundrums as far as the depth works, wide receiver, linebacker, and what we're talking about and how they're going to move. Fun times. And look, as a guy White said, the goal line stop was amazing. It was.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Absolutely.
Was like
White, you're
best
not
play.
wrong.
That's the thing about
1 out of 9.
Cowboys.
Yeah, one out of 9 plays he had on defense. Amazing.
That's the highlight of his career right now.
Hey, look, and of course, and this is why we've heard this bubble a lot. We've talked about it a lot. Hey, Liberty's own Story Jackson.
Oh yeah,
opportunity there.
Yeah,
but boy,
it is.
I say this. We actually talked. I don't know if I said it on our shows yet. I know Professor O in our back channel during the draft, after the draft, and kind of getting into those things is this. If this team that was 12-5 last year, right? Think about this real quick, Cowboys Nation. This team that was 12-5 last year won the division, swept the division, went to the playoffs. The only team to lose at home in the wild card round has four undrafted guys make the team. What are we really talking about this roster of 53 if 4 guys make the team? Right? Easily. Look, I won't even add the kicker, who we think is a shoe-in right now. Everybody loves Marquise Bell, right? Marquise Bell, boom, done. Right? Story Jackson just got brought up. Boom. Okay, cool, done.
And you got one of the wide receivers.
Oh, hey, some people will tell you 2 wide receivers.
And the tight end. Don't forget the tight end Pendershot.
There's a tight right.
And maybe a center, maybe Alec Lindstrom.
Right.
Alec Lindstrom. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, again, if there's 4, not counting the kicker, if there's 4 undrafted guys make the 53, bro, this is bad team building, Stephen Jones. I'm just saying. And that's the things that worry me when we talk about Cox. I want to see Cox walk through the door, but we're talking about the linebacker depth in general. We kind of pivot. It's tough, Professor O. It's tough in these streets.
That's just how it is, though, when you're looking at the landscape of NFL teams. Like, it's one of those things when we say 4 undrafted free agents, and you're not wrong. 4 undrafted free agents making the team is not necessarily a great thing. But we also have to keep in mind, too, the difference in an undrafted free agent and a 6th or 7th round pick is minimal, because sometimes teams aren't taking that guy in the 6th or 7th because they think they're better. They're solely taking them to take a flyer on them because they don't want to expose and risk not getting that player. Some of the guys that we draft in the 6th and 7th round last year and this year won't make the team. That's just kind of how things go. But yeah, I don't know that it'll be quite 4, but you could make a case for, like we pointed out here, 5 or 6 undrafted free agents beating somebody out. Will all of them beat somebody out? Probably not, but it's just kind of the lay of the land of what we're dealing with.
Let me get to a couple of guys.
While we're talking about undrafted free agents, let's just talk about Peyton Hendershot.
Let's talk about
that was our Wednesday show. Check it out.
There you go. Rewind and check it out. With that being said, my guy Tex is in the building. My guy Sid's in the building. Hey Tex, how we doing this Friday, brother? Uh-oh. He took his video down. I don't know. He might be gone. Tex! It did take me a while to get the text. Tex, I'm sorry. With that being said, hey, Papa, how we doing? I mean, Sid, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Nice to see you guys. Professor, I didn't forget you, buddy. Look.
I can't see it because it's backwards.
Hold on.
There we go. Tom Landry. Yes.
I got to get this to you. Don't worry, man. It's going to get to you. I still have your address. I'm going to get it to you, man.
Sounds good.
All right. So how's everybody been, man? Thanks for having me on, BJ. It's been a minute. I heard you guys talking about Cox. I'm just going to throw my little input in on this. I believe that Cox is, like you guys keep saying, he didn't have much snaps. Is he somebody that I'm confident in? Not at the moment. Training camp is going to play a big factor in this, and we'll see what he's going to do come training camp. And once, I think one of the biggest things we always talked about, BJ, and I'm happy it's back, is preseason.
Yeah, look, our new sub. Okay, yeah, I mean, you're right. Romo's an undrafted guy. I feel that. I'm not mad.
Yeah, that's true. Romo was undrafted.
Yeah,
that's
true.
I
mean, cool. Yeah, we got one. We got one.
Cole Beasley. Yeah, Cole Beasley was undrafted.
My guy Cole. Hold on, real quick. My guy Cole's Cowboy. He's got to run. He's got to run. With that being said, though, Coles, red carpet. Go ahead. I'm rolling it out for you. Let the people know where they can find you.
Oh yeah. Y'all can look me up on YouTube at Cole's Cowboys. Also, you can look me up on Twitter at the same name, Cole's Cowboys. Matter of fact, I got a live stream tomorrow. If y'all want to drop by 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm gonna chop it up with a Commanders fan. We're gonna go ahead and chop it off about that NFC rivalry. So if y'all have time, I would love for y'all to drop in and check your boy out.
10-4 calls. Hey, appreciate you always, brother. Have a good night.
Appreciate you, man. Y'all be easy.
Sir. But again, Romo's an undrafted guy. What year did he start in his career?
The next year, I believe.
No, it was like
2 years.
Yeah, 3 years later.
Yeah.
Was it 3?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 2.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
3.
It was 3. Okay.
But look, neither here nor there. I mean, cool. He was there, right? I mean, again, when you get into it, just when we talk about 4 undrafted guys making that team, they're going to contribute on some level. We talked about wide receiver, right? And what's happening there. Or maybe a tight end. Go back to Nick, to our show on Wednesday. You'll see that there. And just the safety, right? I mean, look, there was about 4 safeties, and Bell's one of those guys. Guess what? He's probably going to get some playing time. He's going to be in the rotation. Lindstrom, if he happens, is things of that ilk. So like the 4 here isn't the 4 same way as we get to like a Romo, Miles Austin, even so on and so forth. But I just again with this team coming off a 12-5 record, that's you got 4 guys to make the squad. Oh, hold on, it's crazy. But with that being said, we're not getting on that. My God, Texas in the building. Tex, how we doing? You gotta. I can't. Y'all hear Tex? I don't hear Tex.
No, we don't hear him. Man.
I don't hear.
Oh, wait. Unmute. Hold on. Now try Tex.
No.
Ah, Tex, we can't hear you. Where's the headset? What's going on, Tex?
You hear me now?
There we go.
There
We
you
got
go.
Tex in the building. Let's go. Yes, we hear you. He can't hear us now. You can't hear us now because he took the headset off.
Hey, BJ, I got a question.
Yeah,
and I know you guys probably covered this, and I didn't watch it, and I apologize, Professor. Definitely want your input on this. What do you guys think about the receiving core? And I'm still upset about Gallup over Cooper.
Yeah, I mean, look, we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. I mean, you need to add something maybe there. Yeah, I mean, you're a little concerned or whatnot. I think it's more about it's not really Gallup over Cooper. I think it's more about Lamb over Cooper. The problem with this team is they haven't found a way, if you will, to solidify the guy that got away in Cedric Wilson. We think Tolbert, sure, we think Tolbert. We think Gallup's going to come back, so we kind of think that Washington's supposed to be the guy, and then there's the nation bashers of the world, and so on and so forth. So it's really in that kind of scope for me in how I look at it.
I just think that Gallup is injury prone, and I just up to today I always think about it. I'm like, wow, let go of Cooper, but you choose Gallup and offer this guy a contract when he's injury prone. I don't know.
10-4. Blake Jarwin was drafted. You're wrong there. He got drafted. But back to my guy TC, 2-8, Pearson, Walls, Austin, Beasley, Harris, Romo, Bailey, Bates. Undrafted free agents can be great too. That's great. Tell me how many of those were on the same team the same year. How many times did 4 guys undrafted make the team?
Yeah, no.
That's my point, TC. It's about 4 to, look, some people say 5 are going to make this 53-man roster. That's a problem. It's a problem. I'm sorry, TC. I'm sorry. Look, but you're not wrong. They can be great. I do agree in that standpoint. I do agree about guys that get opportunity and stuff like that. But in general, if there's 4 guys to make this roster from an undrafted side, lunatic, that's not good for the 53-man roster, in my opinion, overall. Not that it can't be great eventually, but sheesh, you're asking a whole lot from some guys that, 300 damn picks didn't take them.
And this year is a perfect example because we had a mass exodus of talent from the NFC that went to the AFC. I mean, I'm already putting down money that whoever comes out of the AFC is winning the Super Bowl, even though it's against us, because they are going to be battle-hardened, battle-tested. As far as the Cowboys, I'm thinking, thank God for the NFC East and thank God for the AFC South. But that's why it's so upsetting with Stephen Jones saying, you see all this mass talent leave the conference, and now you have, because of whatever, contracts, etc., but you see an opportunity and you don't jump on it and say, hey, you know what? There's a window. I don't care how that window was created. Now let's make a move and at least go a little bit more in. Not this, let's roll over 22 million till next year, or let's wait and see who gets injured. If we need somebody, then we'll bring somebody in. That's let's win our division mentality, not let's win. Let's go to the championship game mentality.
Please, let's not talk about tanking this year, please. We're not there yet.
We were not.
No, I'm not buying that.
I'm
Okay.
100% serious. Let me ask you this, Nick. We'll just do one for one. Do you feel better about Deron Bland or Marquise Bell?
Marquise Bell.
Oh, both those guys. Wait. Are you really giving me about undrafted guys, not guys that are on the roster? You're cheating me here. You're cheating
I
me
said
a little
I
bit.
feel better about some of our undrafted free agents than our late
Okay,
round
all right,
picks.
okay.
Because we haven't done well in the 5th round historically.
Yeah,
We drafted a ton of guys in the 5th round that I don't like. So I'm going to go
all
with
right.
the.
All right, okay. Go for it.
Okay, Bell or Bland?
Bland. I'm lying, Bill. I'm lying. I'm lying.
I was
It's
about to
Bill.
say.
Sorry. It's Bill. Okay, I'm sorry.
I was
I'm
about
lying.
to say.
So this one might be harder, but just to stick with the position group, Story Jackson or Harper? Who do you feel better about?
Story.
Ooh.
In the grander scheme of what we're going to ask the guys to do, it's Harper.
Okay. So this is going to be this year versus last year. Do you feel better about Alec Lindstrom or Farniok?
That's cheating.
How is it cheating? It's a late round pick versus
No.
free agent. Because the whole point is
why are you basing it on
let me walk it out real quick. The whole point was we're bringing in
wait.
potentially multiple undrafted free agents to make the roster. Well, he's making the roster over a draft pick.
Let me defend myself. Can I defend myself, sir?
Absolutely.
I'm just saying. He knows I was on Lindstrom before the draft.
Oh, I knew. I had that one.
Yeah. He's cherry picking here. Okay. Look, actually, no. I feel better about Lindstrom versus Badaz. I don't care.
Okay. So again, it's an undrafted free agent churning a draft pick out of the room in that example. So that's the only reason I'm bringing it up. Obviously, we're probably not going to have 4 of them make the team. But if they do, they're probably going to make the team over either another undrafted free agent or a late round pick.
4 is a problem. That's my only point. Is 4 is a problem. All right, you gave me 3. What's the 4th?
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, you asked me 3.
Okay, cool. I got another one for you. TJ Vasher or Semi Fihoko?
Sir, he got me on the center. Easy.
TJ Vasher or Semi Fihoko?
Semi.
Really?
Oh, I got one for him.
Hey, look, nobody clip this though. Go ahead, Montana.
Let me see. Turnstile over Lessico.
That one's hard to answer, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm going with Tyler. Oh, man.
You gotta say Steele.
Do I? I don't have to. But I mean, right, man.
I mean, he's undrafted.
We are cherry picking though, to be fair, because I jumped around 2 different draft classes to make that number work.
I know you
but
did.
Still.
I know you did. Oh, Haley says it's snipped and clipped. I hate you so much right now. Neither here nor there. Snip that too, Haley. No, I mean, look. I'm excited about Lexico and what he can grow into. But I mean, if we're talking about this year in front of us, I mean, come on, guys. I mean, it has to be steel. He's no longer aluminum. It has to be steel. That's fair.
Even though he pisses me off a lot.
I mean, look. It is what it is. But again, Professor O really cheated.
I mean, it's just how you have to play the game sometimes.
That's where I'm at. Oh, cheated. He talks to me too much. He cheated. It's really the Lindstrom.
I knew Lindstrom.
He hit me in the heart
was
with
going to happen.
Lindstrom.
I knew that was in my bag. So I was like, worst case scenario, I'm getting 1. I'm pretty sure he's going to take Bell over Bland, so I'm in good shape already.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, look. I mean, we would all say though, if we talk about forget undrafted guys, the Bland pick out of all the picks they took, the only one where I was like, oh, was Bland. I was like, Fresno State Bland. I'm like, that's the only one to me, Mike, that kind of blew my mind. Like the rest of the picks, I understood, and I'm higher on the draft than Professor O for sure. But the Bland was the only one that I don't want to say shocked me. But I was like, oh, interesting. That's the only one. Mike, Bland for you in general.
I would say, it's optimistic still with him. it's one of those that, we got to see what the production is going to be, especially in the preseason. We get 3 good games out of him, then throw him in there, let him take that roster spot, let him fight for it.
I mean, I will say this about Bland. I will say this. With everything that's kind of transpired, I hope he walks through the door because I don't know about a particular second round pick that we had last year. I'll leave it at that, Montana.
Hold on, I was gonna say this. Now, what if Kelvin Joseph get the Ezekiel Elliott treatment, whereas he plays and then gets suspended later in the season?
I just, man, I don't.
Because they got a lot on their plate right now.
No. Look, I'm going to talk about the particular guy as a prospect on this team in general is where I'm at. And again, and I've said this before within spaces, I've said it on the show before too, is I root for the human being. At the end, everything is bigger than the game. And I root for the human being. Okay? I just want to be clear with that before I say this. I'm rooting for him to have a long-term life and be productive in society and everything. His social media doesn't show me that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
he has some he has some different posts and different things. It ain't got, excuse my language, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't got shit to do with football.
No, that's a fact. I follow him on Facebook.
He has the youth camp coming up July 17th. If you're in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, somewhere in Louisiana, I don't know. Check out his Instagram. But he does have a youth football camp coming up, and that's about the extent of his football talk.
Oh, hey, wait. And he did make it free finally. So it's free as well.
Yeah, it's free now.
It's free now. But with the situation that we understand and the media posts today that he did with same people around in said thing that we're talking about, I'm just out. I'm sorry. I'm just out on it. I can't. There was things in life that everybody's went through and done. I'm no angel. I'm no better than anybody by any shape or form. But to me at this point, he just doesn't get it. So for me, I was already on Nashon Wright. Shout out to Mama Wright, who came through one of our spaces. We had a great conversation. Appreciate her. But on the backside, the Bland pick matters more to me now.
Yeah.
But however, we could have, if we have a time machine, shout out to CERN. If that works, we could jump in the whatever they were doing out there and jump in there and go back, and we just would have took Asante Samuel Jr. and none of this is a problem. But that's go back to the draft content with me, Professor O, J Tech, all of us on there, and it wasn't Asante Samuel, and here we are. But I again, in life, I hope everything goes well. But for the Cowboys. On field, I don't know, Professor O.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know either. We'll see. So, DaRon Bland, the interesting thing about that draft pick is when he was drafted and people started breaking down his film, going through the notes, watching film, the whole nine, the talk was he looks like a guy that could play safety. So, that's interesting. But then I look at our safety room and I'm like, where?
It's filled. It's filled.
So, what I'm thinking now, the gears in my head are turning. I think he's a guy you want to stash on the practice squad and potentially be safety 4 or 5 next year. Maybe replace Donovan Wilson if he leaves, or maybe beat out Izzy Mukwamu or something like that. That's where I just don't see a cornerback when I watch him. Maybe someone else disagrees, but he looks like a safety to me. And I think that's what he'll play, which is why I don't think he'll make the team this year unless he beats out Izzy somehow. But I think they stash him and then try to run it back next year and see if he can be a guy that beats out one of the bottom roster guys for a roster spot.
So you don't think he'll make the special teams?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Because that's one of the things too. Like special teams matters. Nick talks about that all the time. We know Bones Fossil has a lot of pull on who we keep, but there's so many guys on the roster now that we're like, oh, he's the special teams guy. He's the special teams guy. Right. Like for him to make the team at cornerback, barring a suspension week 1, where maybe he would get an opportunity then to Kelvin, he would have to beat out CJ Goodwin because we already have a cornerback who's really just a special teams guy. Right. So for him to also be a cornerback who's really just a special teams guy, I don't see it.
I got you. But I will give you. Here's my caveat to that, and I've said this before. My guy says, "Okay, we can start now, guys." Hey, Golden,
We
thank
were
you for
waiting
showing
for
up.
you, so I'm
Now,
glad you showed up.
yeah. Golden, we've been waiting. Now we'll start. Here's the thing, and I've said this in a different realm before. Is this? This is the ultimate off season for Donovan Wilson. He cannot be in camp and have an extended period of injuries. He can't do it, or
Facts.
he's going to miss 3, 4, 5 weeks due to an injury. Because if he does, Bland makes the team now. He's going to be the guy, possibly a safety behind that. That's one of the things that I look at and think about. Bill as well. I'm not taking Bill out of the equation, but it's a guy that can kind of go back and forth at that point with Bland, and they'll look at that because we know the Cowboys love position flex in general. So if Wilson, and I'm a huge guy, if y'all been a long time follower of this channel, I was huge on Wilson going into his draft. I was like, look, if he was healthy, he would not have went where he went. He would have been at worst a second round pick, in my opinion. But right here, right now, last year, the deal and everything, and what's happening at the safety position, if he's hurt long term in training camp, especially early for like 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, and things are happening, it could get murky for him. He needs to have the best health through preseason and training camp to get to the season, in my opinion. I love Wilson, but that's the only way I kind of see Bland making the team, because I do think, because Professor actually put a gun to my head, Bell over Bland.
I know Sid has to hop out, so Sid, go ahead and
give
give us
ahead,
your
Sid.
last thoughts. Let them know where they can
Yeah,
find
man.
you.
Listen, I got a solution for all this, and I'm gonna say it because Spoonie.
Yeah, that boy Spoonie's in the building, but go ahead, Sid.
So I got a solution for all this, man, and I'm gonna, and there's certain people not in this channel, and I won't call out any names, and it's not J Tuck either, so I'm not throwing J Tuck under the bus, but I can say just put Parsons in any position. That's my dog. This guy, I said it in the draft when we were drafting. Nobody wanted him, and I said we were gonna get him. Just throw Parsons anywhere, man.
Facts. I did hear that.
Yeah. Just throw him anywhere. He'll fill the gap. He's a beast. He's coming this year. He's gonna look out for big things, guys. Thanks for having me on, man. Like I said, it's been a minute. I do have big things coming, so be on the lookout for my show coming back, Cowboys for Life. BJ, Spoonie, Professor. I've been following and as much as I can, but a lot's going on my end in Canada. But I'll be hitting you guys up soon, man. You guys have a wonderful night, man.
You too.
And I'm out.
Montreal in the building. Have a good night, sir.
Blessings.
With that being said, perfect timing as Sid pivoted, and our guy Spoonie is in the building. Is in the building. And there's only one thing we do. As we got 19 minutes before we pivot, we're going to pivot back over to Twitter on the space. But there's only one way to finish up the last 19 minutes is our guy Spoonie coming through the building. And here he is. Sir, how are we doing?
I'm hanging in there. I'm good. I'm here. You know. How's everybody doing?
Doing fantastic. And you know what I want to do, Spoon? We actually on air tonight. We have definitely had some new subs. We had a lot of the chat for that. My guy Susan Spoonie with the fire emoji on the back end. White, chill out. Don't listen to that guy that just said Mikey anywhere, because one tech ain't it. I know you're being. I know where you're at, but I'm with you. Yeah, you can't just line him up anywhere. Yeah. Hold on. But let me see if Tex is good real quick, and then we're gonna finish up with Spoon. Tex, how are we now?
We good?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I had to switch to tech. I had to switch to technology real fast.
Fair enough, Tex. You're finally in the building. So with that being said, I'm gonna roll the red carpet for you as well. Thank you for joining the Freestyle Friday. Look, I know you subbed everywhere, so I ain't even mad about it right now. It's finally good to see your face, because we have all talked to you, obviously on the spaces and throughout Twitter, but you're here live and in the building. What do you got for Cowboys Nation tonight? What's the one thing you want to tell everybody in Cowboys Nation right now?
Calm down. we all gonna be all right. All right. I know everybody gets wild about who we missing and all that stuff, but like our roster is pretty solid still, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
We all sitting here. Everybody likes to, we've had discussions and people have had to defend and whatnot. Whenever people are getting over exhilarated about who we've lost, and it's just all doom and gloom. But hey, man, we sitting here about to start training camp. We got a pretty solid roster still. Yeah, there's some depth. There's some depth pieces that could be better. Definitely at linebacker, we've touched on them. Wide receiver, people worried about Mari Cooper and whatnot. But let's ask, what does Tolbert give you as far as stats where you feel comfortable losing an Amari Cooper once Gallup's back? You know what I mean? Like get through that little 3-game stretch, whatnot. What do you feel comfortable with that, Tolbert might get you stat-wise, and then having Gallup, pick up his 800 yards after his injury?
Okay. Real quick, Lunatic, are you still awake?
Yes, sir. If you're talking Cowboys, I'm here.
Yeah. And of course, we always are. TC says, show your face. Lunatic, are you open to that, or I'll let you respond to TC?
My boss is once I go off of work, I'll go ahead and put the camera on. You'll never know when my boss just pops in all of a sudden. He's like that stealthy ninja that goes around and checks what the hell you're doing.
All right, TC, look, put on the camera and turn it off real quick, like 2 seconds. Then boom, and be gone. Lunatic says, I can't do it. I'm sorry, TC. I tried for you. I tried to backdoor you, TC. I tried. I gave him the 2-second option, TC. Not tonight, sir. It's not going to happen with him tonight. But Lunatic, we always appreciate camera or not. And that's the one thing about that me and on this time when we're on, Spoonie as well. Come up here. I got Montana. He never puts the camera on. He's at work as well. We understand. We'll be mum. I got Lunatics up here. We've had different people tonight. Oh, just get your voice out here. That's what we're about.
It's a good opportunity to just test it out, test the waters. A lot of people join our Twitter spaces, and we appreciate that. It's basically the same concept, especially if you don't have the video camera on. And honestly, you can ask, I know Tex just got his equipment running, but you could ask Mike or anybody who hops on with us. After a few minutes, you really don't even pay attention to it. It's just kind of like you're hanging out, chatting with your friends, which is kind of how we see it too. So I appreciate everybody joining. But again, you can hop on, ask a question and leave, or you can hop on and just hang out with us. You can do it tonight. You can do it every Friday, once a month. We don't really care. We just do this show to kind of, connect with the people that watch us, because you spend a lot of time and commit to us, and we appreciate that. So we want to make sure we answer your questions and hang out with you and converse about whatever you guys want to talk about. I do have something for Spoonie though, because I want to.
I know you got. Let me spin it to Texas question, and then we're going to go over there to Spoonie.
Fair. My bad.
Tex said, you were off the camera for a second. You probably didn't hear it. My guy Tex came up and said, look, it's getting a little light now. But with that being said, Tex did say Tolbert versus the Cooper, right? That's what you said, Tex. That's what you're looking for. What can he bring? What can he bring?
What makes you feel comfortable with Tolbert plus Gallup?
Boom.
If Gallup only gets what he got, say last year, are you're not comfortable then if Tolbert doesn't, match that production? But anyway, go ahead.
All right, Spoonie, I'll let you jump in first. You just got here, sir. Jump on in. The water's fine. Come through.
So basically, we're talking about Gallup and Tolbert replacing Cooper.
The production being replaced. So, I mean, you could couple it with, does Tony Pollard have, a couple hundred more yards receiving? Do you got, Schultz getting another 150 yards? Do you know what I mean? What makes you feel comfortable losing Amari, since most people, that's their first pick?
What makes me feel comfortable personally is Mike McCarthy being more involved with the offense. That's it right there. We're not gonna have, in my opinion, if Mike McCarthy's gonna step in, it's not gonna be like the baby steps with Kellen Moore, or the experiment is gonna be straight on what we're gonna run, what we're gonna do. And in my opinion, I think with Mike McCarthy, he'll definitely put the best guys like Tobin in the best position, even though Gallup's gonna miss a couple of games. I don't. As far as the numbers, it may change a little bit. I think Schultz definitely has a chance to eclipse what he did last year, because I think he's the number 2 guy with Gallup missing a couple of games. So
let's go. Go ahead,
so I think with that you have that, and with Tolbert, he's gonna grow into the offense. They're gonna find ways. I definitely trust Dak Prescott, who has been working with him and stuff like that. So I think he's gonna go in, but I think Schultz, the numbers are gonna change with Schultz, if anything.
I agree.
Yeah, look, I think we're done here. I think Spoony killed it. Look, Spoony was here all night. Number 2, Spoony. Yep. Hey, we as soon as we're off of here, we'll do some karate on like Twitter Space and maybe chop up some fruit or whatever. Said brothers, whatever they did in the garage, me and you are about to do. Look, Schultz number 2. That's where we are currently on July 8th. I'm
another
right
angle
there with
too,
you, sir.
kind of replacing that production. I mean, we've talked about what we think Jake Ferguson's going to be. We've talked about, we know they like Sean McEwen last year. If you look at what our tight end 2s combined produced last year, it's less than 200 yards. Less than 200 yards from our tight end 2. We think we're going to play more 12 personnel this year. Yeah, well, John Ryan had like 95 or 96 and then got hurt, and then McEwen had like 27 or something like that. So
and he got hurt.
Yeah, so kind of where I'm going with that is last year, the first 7 games of the season, we were in 12 personnel 35% of the time, somewhere right around there. The rest of the season, 17%. I don't think we're going to go quite as extreme as 35, and I don't think it will be as extreme as 17. So we'll just split the difference and say it's like mid-20s. You're going to see more production from our second tight end. So those yards plus CeeDee Lamb stepping through the door and getting more yards, you're going to see a difference there. And we're going to have 2 or 3 wide receivers that we're going to also distribute the ball, because we know we don't feature a receiver or a specific player. We throw to who's open. So they're going to get opportunities. So I think the targets are going to be distributed. I don't know that I can tell you there's a specific player. But again, I do think that we will see an increase. And I think tight end 2 is the spot to kind of circle.
I did put in the chat earlier.
Yeah, I was going to give you that opportunity to ask that question.
Well, I said in the chat earlier about Ferguson, I was like, I could see 300 yards and 2 touchdowns from him. You know what I mean? That's a lot better than we got from a tight end 2 last year.
That's almost doubling. So if he can do that, whatever he gets touchdown wise, I mean, that's a good addition to the offense. So
right, facts. And Nick's, we've been talking about. I've been saying that. Yeah, I think 12 will increase next year, and I hope so, because I think it'll improve the run game plus the play action game. So you got that heavy set. You're going to have guys in there biting a little bit at linebacker instead of having, a shell coverage where they're putting back 8 like they were doing the last half of the year. You know what I mean? So if you get a healthy Zeke to go along with more touches from Pollard next, then now we're sitting a little prettier as far as Dak having more mobility, and that play action means more.
Right. And look, and we know for the simple fact that Kellen Moore likes 12 more than any other kind of lineup. Last year, we're hoping for the involvement of him as a play caller, and we're hoping for McCarthy lining up and saying and owning up to what he said of being more involved. But 12 personnel is where Kellen Moore is really good at, so far as what we know. We would have to, I won't say everybody, I'll say I will buy, but it's not run based. It's they can call and have easy audibles to get to whatever, depending on how the defense wants to attack the 12. And that's why Kellen Moore was really good in the 12. And that's kind of where I'm at, is they can just do multiple different things in the 12 personnel. And it's not really like two wide receivers outside, 2 tight ends on the end of the line. You can dress that up a lot of different ways. But 12 is where Kellen Moore's been really good. And I completely agree there, Tex. I mean, that's where he's at, his bread and butter. So, yeah, man, it's very intriguing from
I
that
guess
standpoint.
I guess another facet is like Professor O, how much do you want to see Zeke and Pollard sharing the field? Because I mean, not just as a runner, but like doing more motion out of the backfield. Then you got Pollard out wide. I think he helps us get through the gallop stage, but he's not there to doing
You
more
said motion.
Yeah. Make
That's
them
it.
think more. Make them
No.
think more before.
Tex, you said motion. I'm gonna mute my mic. Go. Motion.
No, motion would be great. I'm all for motion. One thing that frustrated me last year, I talked about it multiple times late in the season. We were begging for motion, and when we finally did, we motioned out of strengths on our offense, and I was like, "What are we doing?" So bunch formation is a great way to attack defenses and to get quick separation for your receivers. When your offensive line shaky, quick separation is golden. It's what you want. You get guys in space quickly. That's perfect. We'd have bunch formation and then motion Cooper out of bunch formation into twins. And I'm like, now we just even the field to the defense. Why would we do that? Because we just had a strength and now it's
made no sense.
Yes,
No
what
sense.
I want them to do is to not motion Zeke out from the running back position.
He is not going to get the ball.
You're not going to throw him the ball ever out of that. The defenses know that for one, because they watch film. They know he's not a viable receiver. Not that he's not a viable receiver. He's not a viable target because we're not going to throw him the ball there.
Yeah.
Or we'd motion him out and then bring him right back because we're not really doing motion to attack the defense. We're doing motion just to test the defense to see if it's a man coverage or not.
Are they? Yeah, man or zone.
It drives me crazy. I'm like, you can do motion for other reasons. And then the only other time we really do motion is if we have, say, Noah Brown on the field. We did it with Amari Cooper too, where we motion them
coming in as a blocker.
And then we snap the ball, and they're our lead blocker. Like, not really the motion I think you're talking about. So yes, I agree with you there. I'm gonna give this real quick. We'll do the whole show. We'll do this more in depth. The main reason, and I'm only bringing this up because Steven mentioned run base 12. I want us to pass out of 12. Not necessarily run out of 12. And the reason for that is when you're in 11 personnel, which is the most commonly used personnel grouping in the NFL, teams across the league did it 57% of the time last year. Defenses are in nickel or dime.
Yep.
A ridiculous amount. They're in base formation.
70. It's like 70.
2.4% of the snaps, they're in base formation. But when you switch to 12 personnel, they're in base formation 55% of the time. The difference there is ridiculous. And the reason that's important is teams don't play man in the NFL a lot. They play a lot of zone. The Cowboys play man, but league-wide, they play a lot of zone. If I have an extra linebacker on the field, one, it's making your defense slightly slower. Two, I have a mismatch in coverage. I will take my second tight end or wide receiver or running back versus your linebacker 100 out of 100 times versus my wide receiver or tight end versus an extra safety or cornerback. So if I can get you in your base formation, I can attack you in the passing game. And if I do that, you will then switch out of your base into nickel against my 12, and then I can run the ball. So I dictate what you do the entire game based on my 12 personnel. When I'm in 11, while it spreads the field, it actually levels it out for the defense. So I actually would rather them come tight, because if you think about what the Patriots did when they had two dynamic tight ends, we're not going to talk about what happened with Hernandez, but when they had two athletic tight ends, defenses could not counter that. The only thing you can do effectively is play big nickel, and very few teams have a safety that they can play big nickel with in an extensive rate. So we'll do more show where we go in depth, but there's some of the numbers quickly. 12 personnel is one of the best personnel groupings you can use, because if you have a capable tight end at number 2, you can
Plus
get a
play
linebacker
action
in coverage.
matters.
It does.
Right.
So that's my soapbox. I'll get off of it.
Right. No, and again, and here's what happened. Early in the season, before Jarman got hurt, right? Here's what happened. Before Jarman got hurt, as we were going through things, Kellen Moore came out and said it. We're going to take what the defense gets us. And we talked about it on air last year, like, well, we want to see you do it aggressively more, is what it is. But whenever Kellen Moore was talking about we're going to take what the defense gets us, it's all about the 12 personnel. We're going to come out, and as O just said, tight personnel, right? Tight ends on the line, boom, 2 wide receivers. It's a kind of a base look. What's your base defense at that point? Is it more nickel or dime? Oh, cool. Hey, kill, hand it off, run. Right? On the other side, it's a more traditional, say 4-3-ish style. Cool. Hey, it's kill, play action, get guys in routes that will work. And when the offense is clicked, and not just last year, I do want to say this and be clear. In Kellen Moore's coaching history as a offensive coordinator, if he's in 12 personnel, he's in his bag. We don't use RPOs. We really don't. We just not a ton. Not like you would maybe think about other teams and how they run them. We don't do that a lot here. It's not that way. It's more so about a particular style that you can vary. And Kellen Morris came out and said it as well. We want to give you multiple looks but run the same things. So it's even into the 12. Whatever he gets into, he's trying to run the same kind of concepts within that. But when he's really on, because and Professor O, I'll ask you if you think the same way. I think him and Dak are tied in the 12 personnel side of how the audibles work, how they have things built, and what the defense gives them. I think their marriage is right there. I think maybe outside of that, at times there's some differences there, but I think in that set, they are at the hip on each other.
I agree. I also think it's easier to read a defense when you're in 12 personnel.
That's true.
And again, it's important to point out that's not a formation because you can run multiple different formations and have the tight ends line up like Nick's mentioned. They don't have to be one on either side. You can double up, have one split wide. You can do a lot, in as a fullback. You can do a lot of different things with it. But I think from a defensive standpoint, it's much easier for Dak to quickly look at the line, evaluate, and say, I got a mismatch. I got a hole there. I'll go through my progressions a little bit quicker because I can see what's going to happen here. There's no way that safety is going to roll over. It's just much easier than when you have a lot of speed on the field. So I agree. I think that Kellen's most comfortable calling it, and I think that Dak's probably most comfortable in it. And I think that's probably true for a lot of teams. Again, we'll do a whole show on this at some point, but I personally believe because teams around the league chase each other. It's a follow lead. You know, somebody sets the new wave, and a lot of teams follow it. Defenses find players in the draft to counter that, and then you have to find a new thing. So a zigzag type of thing. I personally think the Patriots were right on with 12 personnel when they were doing that. I think teams kind of got away from that and went more spread. And I think 12 is going to be the next wave. You'll see teams go back to that more often. And 22 personnel and all the 20 series is coming back to with the teams that run the ball. Like you see a lot of that with the Browns, and that's another whole nother beast.
Titans as well.
Yeah, Titans, Browns, and Ravens are like the three teams that use the most of that, and they're three of the better running teams. Go figure. Yeah. But yeah, I do think we will be able to attack defenses effectively out of the 12 personnel. And again, keep in mind, if you have a tight end on either side of the field, you know there's a linebacker who has some zone in that area. You can be strategic on how you call routes and scheme your receiver into that zone a linebacker is going to be in versus scheming your receiver into a zone where a cornerback or a nickel or a safety will be in, where there's more speed. It gives you more yak opportunities. So, yeah, 12 personnel is near and dear to my heart. Yeah.
Well, and look, if y'all look at the actual cover with all four faces. Yeah, shout out to our guy Spoony getting it up there. O's got the 12 personnel as the eyes, if you will. Lunatic, before we get out of here, I'm going to let you absolutely come through. Say your last thing real quick.
That's why you've got to sub it up, hit the like and all that stuff so you can get Professor O's numbers. He and I think alike. He and I seen that. And as you said, when Kellen Moore is in that 12 personnel, it's like he feels more comfortable. And he's still, what is this? It's going to be his fourth year as OC. We remember what's his name for the Rams, but he had already been an assistant for 8 years before he became a head coach under the Shanahans in Washington. So that seasoning, that's what he needs in there. And make it easier for Kellen Moore, make it easier for our personnel on offense, our philosophy, because people ask me, you know, what does Kellen Moore believe in? What's his philosophy? What does he want to run? And I'm like, he wants to run 12, but if he can't, who knows? it's like he'll call plays. But
10-4.
those are great numbers. That's why I think McKeon is going to be our tight end too. I love Pringle, but Ferguson's going to be more, I guess, developmental. I love his attitude. Like, we need that Wisconsin attitude. We're going to run first, we're going to run second, we're going to run third, and we're going to gain yards. Yes, I like that, but I just think in this league it takes one year to get that, and before you can make a good input. So I like McKeon. Thanks a lot for all the great news, great coverage. I wait for it every Friday. I hope to get on that Twitter also and just listen along because it's great information over a great range of topics.
Appreciate you. Thanks for joining Lunatic. And also have a great day at work. Hope you have a good shift.
Hey, likewise, always do, because like I've said to people, hey, I've been through 1-15. I've been through 5-11, 5-11, 5-11. I love 12-5. I just want to take the next step. So,
no doubt.
Cowboys Nation, thank you very much. You have a great one. And until next time,
you too,
go Cowboys.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Mike, I'll let you obviously come through. We haven't seen no more Bud Lights get passed, though.
That's all right. The wifey went to sleep, so I gotta give her a little break once in a while.
Fair enough.
What? My big thing this year coming up, I want to see, obviously McCarthy is going to be taking more initiative in the offensive side of things. I just want to make sure that he's not apprehensive in his conviction as far as what he's doing, as far as any play calls and stuff. A lot of times last year he was apprehensive in some of the things he wanted to do and could have made some better choices in some regards. So that's my big thing, with him on that side of the ball. But I'm very optimistic with everything that we've built so far, in the offseason and some of the, acquisitions that we got. So I think we're ready to roll. 12-5 seems like another easy slate this year as well, based on the schedule and the strength of the schedule. So who knows? We might even take that step a little bit further, because as far as the schedule strength, we got a very soft schedule, in my opinion, personally. So I'm ready to go. I got my tickets ready. Yeah, go for it.
Week 1, Cowboys Tampa. I know it's a lot can change between now and then. Are we silencing the cannons? We're going to beat them this time? What do you think? It's at home, so there won't be any cannons. We know that part. Well, but we're going to beat them? Yes or no?
We got the Cowboys, mascots and all that running through the end zone back and forth, holding those flags. So that's what's going to happen a lot.
Good. So we're beating Brady.
Yes,
you heard it first right now. Mike has confirmed for us. So go ahead and lock it in Vegas.
I'll even put
beating Tom Brady. It's going to happen.
Put a score out there. It's going to be 34-28.
Oh, let's go. Okay, Mike. Mike says, hey, it's July 8th. I got the score. Let's go.
It's July 9th here. I'm in the future. It's July 9th.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mom. It's her birthday.
Yeah, I got 24. Shout out to Mama Owen.
Yeah, shout out to Mama.
Hey, look, great people are born in July. My daughter, me, and your mama. Hey, July is great.
July 10th, my birthday.
Oh, when?
July 10th, Sunday.
Oh, look.
Well, happy birthday in advance.
July's keep rolling.
Wow.
Yeah, let's go. And look, my grandmother, God rest her soul, July 3rd. So, yeah, no, great people in July. I love it. Neither here nor there. Mike, we appreciate you on the Twitter side. We appreciate you over here. Thank you for coming through on the Freestyle Friday. Brought some great content. Had a lot of Bud Lights, which is also good as well. And look, if you happen to be
not sold on Schultz, though.
Bro, 10. Not 3, 10. Not at least an 8. That's where we're at least an 8.
So here's the concession I'm willing to ask him. So he said, we're up to a 5. We're good. He said 3 to 4. He just gave me a 5. So we're good.
Okay, we're moving. We're
next Friday we're gonna be a 6. By the season, he's gonna be 10, ready to go on board.
Although look, Steve says,
Happy birthday, Madison.
The daughter 7. Hey, July, let's go. Stand up. Now I got the Leo. Some of y'all cancers. I rock with y'all because I literally one day earlier I'm a Cancer, but one day later I'm a Leo. So I got some Cancer ways. So I rock with the Cancers as well. But Mike, man, we appreciate you, brother. We will be live here in a little bit. Actually back there on the old Twitter. So come through, brother. Appreciate you, man. My guy. Now, as we wrap up here, and real quick, for everybody still in the building, we do have a treat tonight. I'll be honest with y'all. Freestyle Friday, we got a treat.
Do we have a treat?
We have a treat, sir. I'm telling you now. We absolutely have a treat. I almost said tweet. I mean, Spoonie came in late. We haven't got a sermon yet, though. Oh, we have not got a sermon. And look, and for everybody on our regular show, we said the week before training camp, you get a sermon. This is Freestyle Friday. Last time I checked, in episode episode 4? Oh, is that where we at?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
4.
In the freestyle manner, I think we need a sermon. I'm just saying. I think we need a sermon. But before the sermon, before we get out of here, you took that question for Spoonie. I'm gonna let you run that question back before we get out of here. And the sermon, that is.
I did. So Spoonie, hope everything's going well for you. Hope you had a great day. I need you to give your guy Nix, follow him on Twitter, some counsel. Because I had Nix take his headphones off so that I could give you counsel with Mariella. We had a debate. A question was asked by Jordan Harris. He said, who are the starting 4 defensive linemen for the Cowboys week 1? Starting 4, week 1, not for the whole season. Nix gave a different answer than me, and I want to hear what your thoughts are. So the 2 choices are, and we're gonna make it.
No. Don't lean him. He knows the D line. Week 1, snap 1, defensive line. Who's the 4 guys? That's not why I took my headset off, though. I don't think, but maybe I did. But neither here nor there. Go ahead.
D-Law, Osa, Gallimore, and it's maybe Donis Armstrong.
That's same 4 for me. Okay, so really the question here is Osa versus Gallimore as the starter because he has Ridgeway starting. So I'm wanting to make a wing bet with him that Ridgeway will not play the first snap of week 1. That's literally what the bet is, not everything else, just the first snap. So do you think Nick should take that bet, or do you think this is a bad bet for him?
No, that's not true. Oh, we had to pick who he replaced, though.
True. Yeah. He has Neville over Osa, and I have Osa and Neville playing.
Ridgeway. He has Osa, Neville. I have Osa, Ridgeway. I'm sorry, Neville Ridgeway. Excuse me, Neville Ridgeway.
So, do you think if this is a bet he should take, or do you think this is a bet he should sit on and ponder a little bit?
Take the bet or not?
I mean, BJ, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't do it.
Don't listen to Spoonie. Take the bet.
Hold on. I'm undefeated against Spoonie. I'm just being clear here. You're using Spoonie. You're using Spoonie logic. I'm like,
I think PO should take the bet. Go with it.
I made the bet. I'm just waiting on Nick to take it.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take. It's a hot take, man.
Ridgeway is a spirit animal, though. So
that's what it is. But I tell you, it's a big hot take.
What's the reason it's not a bad or hot take for Nick?
It's not.
Is he picked the first play of week 1?
The first play,
not the whole season. They may say something. They may see something in what they think Tampa's going to do.
Right.
So it's not actually that hot of a take that Neville and Ridgeway.
No. No. I'm not going to let you clip my wings here. You're not clipping my wings here because we were 6, 7, 8 deep. Nobody talks about Ridgeway. I did. So
you did.
Ridgeway
did. You and Shap, that's the list. You and Shap think that Ridgeway is starting.
Right. So again, my thought process was not universal. It's a hot take. We can put it out there on Twitter.
I'm gonna tell you, DJ, if you win this bet,
hold on, I gotta take the bet. Hold on, I gotta take the bet.
If he wins this bet, I'm never betting him again.
Yeah,
if he wins that bet,
it'll be huge.
He's unbeatable in bets.
No, I've lost one. I have lost one. I have lost one. I'm own my loss. I'm 6-1 or 7-1 right now. This is very different from some of the bets I've taken. Because
it's not a bet. If it's not a bet you want to take, don't take it.
That's
we'll have
not.
other bets. We already have another bet going on anyway, so we're good.
That's not what I'm saying.
If you don't feel like Ridgeway is good enough to start,
no.
If your spirit animal is not good enough, to start,
Your problem is I'm in 40s. That don't work for me. I like the play. I like the long play of the. Oh, if you don't think it, get me ramped up. No. That don't move me though. I like it though. I respect it.
If he's not really your spirit animal, if he's just like an animal, not your spirit animal, then I get it. I mean, I get it, right? But if he's a vanilla gorilla, he's got to start, right?
Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're doing. So let me be clear here. If he is day one on the line, period, I win. Because
Deal.
see,
I'll take that.
I don't want the it was him and Osa.
I'll take it. That's good.
Gallimore.
Yeah, we'll take out the Fowler, Dorrance, all that other stuff, or Osa in him versus Gallimore. Just Ridgeway starts. We'll make that bet.
We're doing it on week one, snap
Play
one.
Yep, snap one of defense.
And let's be clear, we're not talking about the whole season, which I might be better the whole season because of injuries, different things. If I'm like kind of want to padding my idea here. I don't want to do that. I don't want to take the cheap way. Week one, snap one. Not even the highest snaps in the game. Just week one, snap one. I'm taking the bet.
Let's go. Okay, locked in.
I'm taking the bet. I'm taking the wing bet. You get, and look, I'll be clear because I ain't cheap like another bet I won on steak dinner got $30. I ain't going to talk about that. What steak do you get for $30? But on the wing bet, to me, look, 50 or under, whatever you want to choose. It's 50 and under wings. It's also drinks, size, the whole nine. That's where I'm at. But with that being said,
it's a grown-up wing meal. Yeah, I got you.
A grown-up wing meal. And look, if you win or I win, you know what? We should allow our people to enjoy our family, our look, hold on, don't. Hold on, Stephen White, chill out with the golden chick. I got it right here. Now, Spoonie, they said you be in the golden chick. Look, we have a chicken spot called Golden Chick. They said using a different spot called Golden Chick up there. I don't know about that. But on the backside, we should be able to be like, oh, hey, we got people who can come get some wings, family members or others, and be like, yeah, hey, shout out to Professor O. Or shout out to, hey, you got Nick's. This is on him. So we got to make it a little look egregious. Well, on the back channel where it takes 50, 30, whatever. But we can do that. It's fun times here.
Got you. So TC915 said, what if it's Gallimore and Ridgeway? That actually was who he originally picked, but we just switched it just to make it safe because Ridgeway is really the guy in contention right here. So we're just going to focus on him. Because that way it doesn't matter if it's Osa or Neville.
If Ridgeway and look, doesn't matter if he plays 90% of week one. Doesn't matter.
One snap the whole game.
He has
the first play, you win.
Right. It has to be the first play. If he comes in play 2 and 3, it doesn't matter for me. He has to line up week 1, play 1, and I win. If not, I mean, Loki, this is a dumb bet for me.
It is Golden Heart City. I even got Spoonie in here. Spoonie's your guy. He's my guy too. I love Spoonie. But I was trying to give you some counsel, some other opinions. And then you just said, forget Spoonie's opinion. I beat him in bets. That's what happened here. If you remember it,
I had to go with it. I had to go with it. I had to go in that knowledge. I had to rock with it.
Golden Heart City said Cowboys always let the vet play the first snap. What a bad bet, Knicks.
Hey, hold on. Did Osa start week 1, play 1? Yeah, that part. Yeah, Osa, week 1, play 1. Osa. On the backside, you're in the Jason Garrett era, sir. They didn't want to play rookies. This coaching staff, though, they've been very willing to play rookies. Sounds good. I like the energy. But again, we just saw Osa week 1, play 1, start. Oh, against Tampa. On the road even. I'll take my chances. Look, I'm going to talk hella tough July 8th/9th. I'm going to talk hella tough right now. However, I'm going to back it up with some stats that do matter. I'm just saying, the stats do matter on that side. But, yeah, I mean, Osa 3 tech, rush guy, Ridgeway, not third round pick, fifth. I mean, I'd say this is a bad bet on my end. All the stats and percentages and everything is true. That's cool that Gallimore was hurt. That's cool. I mean, guess what happens if Osa gets hurt? Who plays week 1? We didn't talk about injuries. So as you just said, Gallimore was hurt.
See, I
That's
have an
why
answer for you. I have an answer.
Cool.
If Osa's hurt, then Gallimore will play 3 tech. So there opens up the door for Watkins at 1 tech.
No, Ridgeway. I like how you did
Watkins.
that.
Or shout out to Cassie. Cassie said Bohanna. Cassie's a believer in Big Bo. So she gave us another answer there.
I'm not buying his pad level. Shout out to my guy
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
Does anybody know for sure? Because every time I say his name, I go, is it Bohanna or Bohanna? Does anybody know what one it actually is? Chat? Anyone?
Big Bo. Big Bo.
I call him Big Bo because I hear it both ways. I've heard people.
I've heard it too.
They cover the team, call them both. So I don't really know which one it is.
I'm going with Spoonie. Are you Bohanna or Bohanna? Where you at?
Bohanna, I think.
Bohanna. Okay. If you want to call it, just looking at it, Bohanna or Bohanna.
See, I call him Bohanna because a girl that I worked with name was Bohannon, so that's what my mind goes to.
Yeah. See, I'm there as well. I'm on the Anna side hard, Bohanna. The ANNA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anna.
That's what I think.
If there's one less N, that'll be Bohanna. I would say Bohanna if there's only one N. 2 N's, I'm going Bohanna.
TC915 says
Bohanna.
He's with confusing because right above that he said Bohanna. So TC915, I need you to chat again, whichever one it is again, so I know definitively which one you're going with. I don't know.
To me, I could be wrong. Fair. 1 N is Bohanna. Unana. What's the name? Oh yeah, Bohanna. 2 N's, Bohanna. That's where I'm at. I don't know. I think there's a rule somewhere within that realm that makes that make sense. I don't know for sure. I've been out of school a long time. But again, 1 N Bohanna, 2 N's Bohanna. That's where I'm at. That's my logic.
Every time I go to say his name, I hesitate for a second. I'm like, I don't know which one it is. I've never heard anybody like.
And then you go big. Then you say, Big Bo.
Yeah, Big Bo.
Yeah.
This is the type of content you can expect. 2 hours and 16 minutes into a show.
Only on Freestyle Friday. Now the other shows more concise, more different things.
Yeah.
You already got the question for him. We figured out Bohanna or Bohanna. Our guy Bruce says Hannah Barbara. This is not a Flintstones episode, sir. I'm old enough to understand where you're going here. That's
He's
not
using it because the 1 N making the N.
Yeah. I know. I ain't with it. I'm not giving him that shine. No, but shout out to my guy though. Sounds good. Exactly right. 1 N Bohanna, 2 N's Bohanna. Look, we will before next Freestyle Friday, we will kick off the show. Me, Spoonie, and O. We're going to make sure next Freestyle. Look, I won't even spoil any of the spaces. We will not spoil it on the Wednesday show, but next Friday, Freestyle Friday, we will for sure, out of the gate, let y'all know exactly how it's supposed to be said.
It's funny though, because if you watch, this isn't just him. It's a lot of players, but his name should not be that difficult. But if you watch highlight tapes, which I typically don't tell you to do, tell you to watch actual film. But if you watch highlight tapes, you'll see play after play where the announcer will say Quentin Bohanna, and then the next guy, Quentin Bohanna with the tackle there. Like they just interchange his name because I think it could go either way. I don't know.
Yeah, facts. With that being said, Spoon, I've watched your head go back and forth. You got a great question asked, and we went through it really just takes me back to the Step Brothers. I think it can help with the Pan Pam situation. Pan Pam, kind of where it's at. So with that being said, the one caveat for everybody rocking with us till midnight Central or 1 o'clock Eastern time. The first official season 4 Spoonie Sermon Freestyle Friday. It happens right now. Oh, glasses are coming off. I've been waiting. Oh,
Nation, every father is always proud of their sons. They love when their sons accomplish something. Well, Trayvon Diggs, his son is Scary Terry. Excuse me, Terry McLaurin. He was happy that his son just got signed long term to the Washington football team. Now, why am I calling Diggs the father, and why am I calling Terry McLaurin the son? Well, look at the stats. Look at the numbers. Diggs is his father. See, Washington fans, when you say Scary Terry, that doesn't apply when the Cowboy Nation is involved. That's for the other NFC East teams, not for the Dallas Cowboys at all. Because at the end of the day, we treat him like our son. He understands when he comes to Cowboy Stadium, he is put down in the corner, mouth shut, hands down the side, and being told when his father tells him to be told. Same thing applies at FedEx Field, the crappy field, the field that for some reason you guys have not even put up yet the right way, because I went there, there was nothing but leaks, pipes. We even had feces coming out. You know why? Because when Cowboy Nation, when you wanted, you chanted for Dallas. When you wanted Cowboy Nation, we came there. We came there, we sat there, and we broke that stadium. The Washington football team. Why is it called Washington football team? I mean, let's be honest. Everybody in that PR department, everybody in that creative department should be fired. Why? Because it's not Washington football team. It's what fucking team? That's what it stands for. What effing team? You call them the Commanders. The only thing they have been commanding lately is what's going on in that front office. See, that's why Congress is coming by, because you guys are more touchy-touchy in the office, but when it comes to on the field, when Cowboy Nation with Dallas Cowboy team is right there, y'all don't command shit. Understand this. You want to put yellow stars on your jersey. See, the yellow stars on your jersey are not, people seem like we could be like the Cowboys. No. Them yellow stars are knockout stars. Like the cartoons, when we knock somebody out, they see the stars. That's what it represents on the Commander's uniform, which I don't understand why they commanded, because they haven't commanded anything. The only thing y'all commanded is dumb media garbage stuff, whether you're playing on the field against us or whether there's something going on in that front office. Now, I'm going to tell you this, Washington football team, a.k.a. what effing team. 2022, you guys got, what's his name? The starting quarterback that doesn't have a statue in Philadelphia. The starting quarterback that the GM from the coach threw his ass out of there. He says, y'all can have him. Y'all gave him $30 million. See, y'all want to continue this Dak versus Carson Wentz situation, right? That shit is dead. It is over with. There's nothing that Wentz can do. You know what? Yes, there is. Wentz understands how to be replaced. That's all he's been in the last couple of years, being replaced. Replaced. This is his last straw. Washington football team, understand this, y'all. Don't come in here, especially to BJ Nick's space, asking all these damn questions about losing plays here, losing plays there. How about this? Look at the fucking mirror when you're wearing that burgundy and gold trash jersey. Ask yourself in the mirror, when are we going to do something? When are we going to do something? What type of question about the receiving corps? You have no line. You got no running game. Hell, let's be honest. Didn't the defense of the Allen brothers, the Banner brothers, they were catfighting on the sideline because they couldn't hold their damn jocks against us? Are we serious? But you got the nerve to ask questions as if y'all did something? See, understand this. The NFC East, that's our land. We still the champ. We run the place.
We are the face that runs that place. Understand that. We are the beast of the East. That's how every stadium in that division is our house. See, y'all pay us rent. If we don't go there, nobody shows up. Y'all pay us the rent. Understand this, y'all. Understand, Washington fans. You don't. The only thing y'all do is when we raise our hands, y'all mouths get shut. Stay shut. You have no audacity to ask any questions at all. If you're gonna ask a question, go to the bathroom, close the door, click your heels back and forth. You know, like they do in the fairy tale land, and ask, when are we gonna do something? Because right now, we have seen the Cowboys go to the play. We have seen the potential. And it's only gonna get better. Y'all haven't done anything. And don't you dare say Scary Terry, because his father, Trayvon Diggs, will always be there. And the same numbers he had last season against us, 40 yards in 2 freaking games. Listen. Daddy knows. Y'all should know.
The one thing for me here is, I know we've kept him bottled up, waiting for the week before training camp. Man, I hope we didn't lose the energy, for the actual Wednesday show before we get to training camp, because I think O's had that pinned up. I think he's had it pinned up for a while.
I got more coming. I got a lot more coming.
Okay. You're muted, but that's okay. It's fine.
Just kidding. Back. It was, he crushed it. That was definitely worth the wait. That's another reason. Check out Freestyle Friday. Hang out with us, and then maybe you get an impromptu sermon.
From Spoonie's lips to God's ears. Let it, just positive vibes for the Cowboys. Make it do what it do. Spoonie, we are in a different era, in a different time.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you now what's going to happen. They're going to clip that. It's going to happen. Get ready. They're going to clip that. It's going to be going around.
We want the smoke.
We want the smoke. We want the smoke. With that being said, guys, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, boys and girls, we appreciate everything y'all have commented on, came through, rocked with us the whole nine. We had, multiple different subs tonight. We lit it up on the chat and everything else. So with that being said, as we get out of here, only ask one thing. We only ask one thing, is when you get opportunity, tell a friend to tell a friend. Man, share it out there. Do what you got to do. Keep building this brand. Man, we are rocking and getting ready for this season. The content, if you check us out on Wednesdays, fire. We're roster breakdown series. We're doing safeties this week. You can dive back in. I got announced and commented up where y'all can see, or documented up, I should say, which week in what position group that we're covering. We always bring it, right? It's going to be Spoonie, me, Mariella. Program alert, Mary's new job. Things are happening, so on and so forth. She won't be here Wednesday, but us three will be in the building, bringing up these safeties and having a good time and whatever, happens in Cowboys land between now and then. So again, tell a friend to tell a friend, share it out there. We appreciate y'all as always. With that being said,
let's go.
Hold on,
Let's
TC.
go. I'm excited for that.
TC, we want you next Friday. However, come join us on Wednesdays. Just saying, notification bell, sub and notification bell. Come get us on Wednesdays as well, TC.
No, he's joining the show next Friday. He's gonna hop on.
Oh, you want to join? Oh, that's what Friday's all about. Absolutely. I got Golden says likes. Yeah, you already know what the business is. Text. I'll run it back. These guys probably won't show up. They're on the East Coast, but you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna go to the store tomorrow. Anyways, I got you. We're gonna run it back, brother, for sure. But I know you was TC. I'm just, the program. I gotta pay these bills. With that being said, last word. Spoonie, got the sermon. Last word. Short though, Spoonie.
Dominate, celebrate everything we do.
Okay, 10-4. Professor O, last word for the Freestyle Friday.
Yep, I got you. Hold on.
Oh. Wait. Don't go yet. Wait. Hold on. Don't go yet. Wait.
Am I leaning the right way or the wrong way? I can't see.
No. I don't even care.
This guy has to go. He has to go. Common denominator.
Wait. Spoonie, are you present? Yes, I'm present. Go ahead, though.
Yeah. So I just need you guys to know, tired of all the slander against CeeDee Lamb. I don't know why people in our fan base are giving this man a hard time. The slander needs to be directed at this dude behind me because he became the mascot in 1996. And I need you guys to understand the importance of dates. We didn't win a playoff game until 2009. Rowdy was not there the 2009 season. I need you guys to understand that. It's not a coincidence. This guy behind me is the curse. He's got to go. Or we can keep him. We just have to change his number from 0 to 6. Can we at least do that? If we got to keep this dude, the serial killer, so be it. He just needs a number 6 on his jersey. I'm just saying.
Hey, look, if y'all know about the Chicago Cubs and the GOAT curse, this is worse.
It matters.
This is worse right now. It's the Rowdy curse. We got to get it. We had to change it. Professor O, I got one. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait. TC Rice King, don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, appreciate that. On the backside, though, because on the backside, if y'all don't know, bonus time, Professor O hates Seafoam. Professor O hates the Seafoam pants and everything.
Rowdy is worse than Seafoam, but I hate both.
This is where we're getting to the other side. I love the Seafoam. I want it. I want our color rush jerseys to be Seafoam. That's where I'm at.
Remember that Double Mint gum commercial or Gumby? Like, that's what our team looks like. On an afternoon, outside stadiums, whatever we're playing, an outdoor, on grass type of game, man, we look like we're just straight up wearing Gumby pants.
And on the backside of that, it's from a Cadillac. Look, be clear. The Seafoam literally came from a Cadillac. Come on, man.
Seafoam is a solid color. As long as it's not on your football team. That's where I draw the line.
Okay, with that being said, if the Cowboys came out and said, hey, from now on, Seafoam is going to be our color rush jerseys, but they're going to put the 6 on Rowdy, are you buying or selling?
You know, it's not anything I want to buy, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for Cowboys Nation so we can win a Super Bowl. So I would agree to those terms. That would work.
I have been waiting for this moment my entire life since I've known Professor O, and finally I found a way to get Seafoam across the threshold with O. So with that being said, it's a win tonight. July 8th for me in 2022, right? 7822s. I'll figure out how the numbers work. However, it did this, and I won on Seafoam at least. At least on Seafoam.
What's funny is Nix and Spoonie went to a Cowboys game. They went to the pro shop and took a picture.
Yes.
The hat section has an entire Seafoam green section. And when I was there in June with Felix, I saw that section. I'm not gonna lie, there was one hat that was kind of fire. It had a black bill. It was kind of dope. I didn't buy it because it's against my brand and what I stand for as a human. The fabric, my moral compass would not allow me to buy the hat. But it was kind of cool. Not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, no, text mail to the left. I don't want to hear it. Oh man. But with that being said, oh Jesus H Christmas. There was no better way to end this thing. With Seafoam and Rowdy, the pit, the underbelly of Cowboys Nation is what we got to tonight on both topics. So here we are. Yeah, you know what I mean. With that being said, I will turn and burn. I don't expect anybody to come through on the panel on the screen, but y'all on the other side, text and whatnot, come on through and join. I'll run a space after this for a little bit, depending on membership, viewership, I should say. Will depend on how long it goes. But we appreciate y'all. Oh, wait. We just became best friends, Robert. Got a custom Seafoam jersey. Yo, send me the link. I need one. I'm going to get one. I'm going to wear it on air on a Freestyle Friday. So Matt O can just be hella pissed off at me.
I mean, that can be one of our bets. So if you find the Seafoam green, that can be one of our bets. It'll have to be a huge bet. Like a real big, something I'm really, really against.
I mean, we could change we bet to Seafoam bet.
I don't know. I'm not ready. To
No, you're okay. Okay, fair enough.
I know how the
Hey,
internet works, and that one picture is all it takes. People will remember that time. Oh, it was a seafoam green wearing person.
I'll be honest with y'all. This has by far been my funnest time. I've enjoyed all of these, but the fact that we got to the Seafoam and Rowdy just puts it over the other Freestyle Fridays for me. I already know next week we're in trouble next week. Look, Wednesday show, don't y'all come in with the Seafoam and the dadgum what you call it. Save it for Friday. That's for Friday, not Wednesdays for sure. I don't want to be like this on that. Mayo said, "Oh, pro shopping." I don't know. I ain't ever seen. Oh no! Oh, this is the
I got
upside
something
down
for
one.
you. Hold up.
Hold on. Shout out to the people. Shout out to the people that have already finished up season 4 of Stranger Things. I'm telling you right now, my guy just did it. He just look, Seafoam number 0 with Rowdy on the back. No, sir. Sir, you're in the upside down. We look, neither me nor this guy over here is going to co-sign that with you. No. Unless we're on this. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, that's a little too dark for Seafoam. That's a little too dark.
No, it's not. It tells you right there.
No,
See
it's a lie. Look,
Read
it's
it.
a lie.
That's right
That
there.
ain't
Right there.
listen. That ain't Dallas Seafoam. I don't know what that Seafoam is, but they ain't Dallas Cowboy Seafoam. That's all
That's
I'm
what
telling
it looks
you.
like to me. This is the closest you're gonna see
Right.
me as Seafoam is this right here, unless I'm like at a beach that happens to have water that's that color. Because it belongs to the ocean, not on your team's trousers on their football pants. I'm just saying.
That's why we need the whole color rush, and it won't be just on the trousers. By the way, Matt, when you're way too young to use the term trousers, I'm just going to be honest with
It's
you.
a Georgia thing. It's a Georgia thing. So it's
I'm
a
from
Georgia thing.
Florida, I
So our
understand.
legendary head coach
Yes,
called
let's
them.
go. Look, see how much look.
No,
It's too dark up there.
Color, the Seafoam.
When I
wouldn't wear
Google
that.
sea green, that's what pops up.
I wouldn't wear that at all.
It's number
I would not
93E9B.
wear that at all.
You wouldn't wear that spoon stop line.
Nah. I'm moving
Bro,
to PO.
imagine you had the cap to match it though.
No, not
Yeah,
it's not a good look, Spoonie.
See, if you had the cap to match
Got a
that,
piece of
though,
double mint gum over there. It's not a good look.
well, you ain't got double mint gum behind you.
I don't know what color this is behind me. It says seafoam
Yeah,
green.
it's not seafoam. Yeah. If you don't know, we already know it's not seafoam.
It says seafoam green. I don't know.
Such
Take
a
it up
lie.
with Home Depot. That's where I got it from.
Damn Home Depot. Should have went to Lowe's. Nah, I'm joking. Oh, look, either one want to sponsor us, we'll take either or sponsor. No disrespect. We can go back and change that to Lowe's and go to Home Depot instead. It's cool. We'll do either or. But with that being said, we'll get out here on that because if we start talking about Seafoam and Rowdy and everything else, this is a whole different lane of content that we'll be here for a long time. Facts. Appreciate every single person that came through tonight. Y'all know the dream. Oh, wait. Seafoam or Rowdy. Professor O, pick one to keep. He already said he'll take the Seafoam over Rowdy. We did it.
Seafoam over Rowdy, but like by a tiny razor thin margin.
He said, Kyle, actually Matt does own an aquarium, but that's either here nor there.
I do have a whole shark.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say, he's got an aquarium. It is what it is, for sure. Y'all be safe. I'll catch y'all. You're going next right there. My Twitter, that's my handle. I'm gonna crank up a space as we get up out of here. Bathroom break quickly and pour up the cup, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Thank y'all. Every Friday, 9:30 p.m. Central. Every Friday, 9:30 p.m. Central. Freestyle. Also Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m. Central. During the off season, we might pivot during the regular season, but Wednesday as well. Peace.